Oh, man. Alright, I'm back home. Fun little trip. Sorry about that. When I was restarting my stream, the last one I had a call to go pick up a prescription. My fault, my fault. We back though. We back. Let's see. Go to this one. Use this. Let's see. Yeah. We are back indeed. Yep. Sorry, I got a couple emails while I was out and about too. I'm just checking real quick. I was hoping today was just gonna be a chill stream and stuff. Turns out I'm busier than I thought I was gonna be. My fault. My fault. My fault. Oh, sorry if you can hear that. Holy shit. There shows up. I'm like right next to my mic. Chewing ice. For my coffee. Did not mean to do that. Get these in here. Oh, I hear noises being made. Yo, what's up, Rocks? Oh, I gotta do this on my screen, on my end, sorry. There we go. Okay. What's up, Rocks? What's up, Quantum? Okay, sorry, we're back. We're back home. No worries at all. I have a bunch of messages here. Give it a minute. What's up, Mars? What's up? Yeah, we back. Sorry about that. I had to run an errand. I was in the middle of restarting. I was like, well, shit. Since I got stuff going on anyways, maybe step away for a second, go do that. So, went and did that. We're back now, though. We is back. Can't even remember everything we were talking about. Holy shit, like I said, it's so busy this morning. A lot busier than I thought I would be. Oh. Okay. Chugging coffee. Good to you. Sorry, I just ordered my food. Chilling, man. Chilling. Like I said, I started the stream earlier because I thought it was going to be a chill day for streaming, but I had not realized I had some stuff I had to do. Everybody needing advice today. Sounds good. While you type out that message, let's do these. Rox, I know that you're one of the ones tracking the amount that you're getting and stuff like that. Like, how are you liking it so far? Like, what are you seeing? Is it better than you thought it would be? Is it just as good? Are you pleasantly surprised? Wait, what? What happened, Mars? WTF, what? What happened? Oh my god. Can't get lucky like I did earlier. That's a lot of dice. Oh, Elixir, you have no idea. Check this out. We've already used 724. The 28 or whatever I just got is nothing. Event is fucking good, but hey, I'm not rushing. I'm bored in the alliance. Dude, I know, I feel you, man. I know, I can't chat. there's no one to talk to, because I'm not rushing either. I'm debating on hosting it myself, too. I was talking to some of the people that do host it and how they track it and stuff like that. It seems fairly straightforward and easy enough. So I might consider doing it as well. I don't know, what do you think? Should we host it? But yeah, I mean, just from what I've experienced. Oh shit, we got lucky on this one. Oh, we got the red crate too. Let's go, baby. Yeah, from being here and doing the event, I like it a lot. What's up, buddy? Yeah, day one. Day one, we're at 736 dice so far, it looks like. If you host it, how many dice we'd have to get? I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, 3 doesn't seem like anything crazy, but it gives a really good amount of rewards. Like, that's the thing, is like, I would want to do like a fair balance on it. Like, I want to have it like achievable and obtainable. Obviously, it's one of those things where, like, if you're going to merge, you have to be a spender. I don't want to make it so unobtainable that, like, we just lose a lot of people, or like a lot of people aren't able to participate. So I don't want to make it like 5, but I think like 3 is a good number to land on. For now, with 690 dice, I'm at 1.5 carbon dices. Oh, 1.5 carbon per dice with 9 alley. I read a lot of Alliance chats. It seems normal for all to get 9 alley with 700 dices. Bro, I've gotten, like, even just today, I've probably used 200 dice today, and I've gotten into the alley, I think, like 5 or 6 times. Because I was talking earlier in the stream that right before I started streaming, I used 130 dice and got into the alley 4 times back to back to back to back. Like, I literally went through it, or I got there, got into it, went through it, came down here, got into it, came up, got into there, came down, got into it again. And it was just, yeah, it was like the craziest luck I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, so I think that I'm at like 6 today total for like 200 dice. And it's crazy, dude. Like, I just hit that red crate, and I hit the red crate like 3 out of 4 times earlier, too, when I did it, too. Yeah, so that's my 4th red crate today. So I don't know if I'm going to use it on Superbs or if I'm going to go vehicle box. I don't know. I haven't really decided. It might go Superbs, because I need to get my Superb set done for the rider side of things. I think I gotta, yeah, I gotta get the boots, I gotta get the helmet, gotta get the chest piece finished out. Pants I'm pretty far behind, so I don't know. That'll come eventually, but I got these 2 done. I got 3 more to go, so maybe I do Superbs. We'll see. What's up, Akil? Yeah, we're back. When I was restarting the stream last time, I got a notification to go pick up a prescription, so I had to go run an errand or 2. Came back. So I won around 700 carbon for $60 no pack. We'll give it. So amazing to do. That's what I'm saying, man. I've had a crazy amount of carbon. Like, I've already upgraded this to level 18. And now I have enough to upgrade it 2 more times just based on this. I just need to get these going, which, I mean, you get a crap ton of those anyways. So, I don't know. We'll see, man. It's crazy. Like, I see how easy it is to, like, upgrade your garage with this. Should be able to see if we earn enough premium metal. I had registered my stock beforehand. Oh, see, that was my problem. Was I think I wrote down where, like, how much I had on a notepad on my desktop. But then when we were moving stuff around the house, I had to move my computer as well, because I was putting my work desk, my work sit stand desk next to me, and I unplugged my computer and it didn't save the notepad. So everything that I had saved for your stuff, I didn't write down, and I didn't notice that it had, like, in my head, I was like, oh yeah, my computer restarted, but then I didn't think about the notepad until I was already like 500 dice deep. I was like, oh, let me like update that to see like 500 dice, I got this much, and I was like, fuck, where did it go? So, whoops. How's the event going for you? I'm pretty surprised the amount of rewards I got for the spending I did. Dude, I'm docking 2 rocks right now. It's insane. We need to win around 30 premium metal for 1 HCS carbon. Yeah. Yeah. It seems pretty good. I mean, even if I just go off of, like, the HCS alone, like, it's a stupid amount. Joining a Blink Alliance is crazy. I already got 50,000 VIP points in 2 days, jumped from VIP 10 to 11. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. I mean, just, like, all things aside, like, I think I've collected, like, 15 or 20 glory chests in, like, the last, like, I don't know, 48 hours or something. Something crazy. And then, like, Alliance League, too. I mean, we're at 1.4 million points. Like, we hit 800,000 and maxed out the rewards, like, for the first day, I think. Yeah, like, we maxed out in, like, the first, like, 24 hours or something. It was something crazy. Valisar, there's a lot of alliances doing it, like SSI, DHX, we're an IWRI doing it, HRS is doing it, ACE is doing it. There's a lot of alliances doing it that they're merging for the District Showdown. I had so many messages, like at least 70 messages from people asking if I was going to be hosting it. And so now that I've done it for the first time, like I've been in an alliance, seeing it for the first time, like in action, and talked to them about how they host it, I'm probably going to host it as well. I'm debating on hosting it. What's up, Spud? How's it going, buddy? Personally, I'd be less bothered by having PM in the Julia event. Oh, yeah, true. Sorry, I had, like, I blanked out for a sec. Yeah, no, I agree. We gotta hit some Battlefield, Spud. Gotta hit some Battlefield. I wanna play Arc Raiders again so bad. I was having so much fun with that shit yesterday. I want to go TOA next month to do it. Yeah, I would 100% recommend it. If you can do it, if you can afford it, do it. It's so worth it. So worth it. Just first day alone has been worth it. I'm doing this for the first time. It's bonkers. Way worth it for the workshop alone, but I'm still working on Superbs, so it's extra beneficial. That's what I'm saying, too. Like, I'm pretty much good at, like, on my Superbs and stuff like that. I've got the sets that I want and the pieces that I want, but I could do with getting my riders up there as well. I wouldn't mind that. Never lucky on the dice. I'll need to save up next month to join. Yeah, I need to, we'll do another gold distribution in the Alliance here in the next, probably the next, like, month or two. I had to pull, I think, like, 180k, or 18k, or maybe 20k gold out of the, vault. I paid for our, auto helpers for, like, 3 months in advance, just because we're going into the holiday season. And, yeah, just in case I get busy or I can't get reached or whatever have you from the host. So I paid for it like 3 months in advance, which was like $60 a month. So I just pulled that amount out of the vault since we pay for it with the cash back anyways. So, but I think we're still at around 100k left in there or something like that. And, yeah, we'll look to do another gold distribution. I'll try to get like 6,000 gold to each person in the Alliance here in the next month or two. Like, I think we'll just like line up a time like here in the next month or two where we can get everybody in the Alliance like 6k gold, 8k gold, 10k gold, or whatever. Then I can reserve us like 25 slots in an Alliance, and we'll just go do like a 5-pack one. I'll join you in District Showdown. We'll be at a 2-pack minimum. I think, I don't know. I'm kind of debating. I'm debating between 2 and 3. Like, 3 isn't anything crazy. But, like, the reward gap, like, for every 1 dice you go up, the reward difference is insane. Like, the amount of free rewards that you get. I would personally organize the next one in an Alliance currently under discussion. Yeah, Rox, let's talk, man. Let's try to organize something. I think that we should do... I think we should try to host it. I'd be down to host it in our Alliance. Yeah, IWRI is 3 packs. Yo, happy Halloween, Emotional. What part of Germany are you from? I always wanted to go out there. One of the companies I worked with for 7 years, they had one of the main headquarters based out of Berlin. I was gonna go, and then right before I was gonna go, COVID ended up happening, which sucked. Yeah, I'd probably do a 3-pack minimum, honestly. Like, 3 isn't anything crazy. Especially, like, again, for, like, the amount of rewards that you turn around. It's like, for every, like, 1 dice, again, that you do, like, the rewards just astronomically go up higher. So, I think it'd be kind of cool. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, Emotional. Nice. I had one of my colleagues, actually, out there. He worked remotely out in, fuck, what is the name of that place? I gotta look this up now. I might mispronounce it. It's outside of where you live. pull this up real quick. Had love in the name. Love Niche or something like that? Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It was Love Niche. Because I remember when he told us that in one of our meetings. I was like, that would just be such a cool, like, in terms of, like, the name, that town sounds, like, really cool to live in. Love Niche? I don't know. Love Niche? I could be completely butchering that and mispronouncing it. I think 2 is enough to have enough alley before 450 dice. I got 3 alley. 3 seems quite equal. That's what I'm thinking. I think 3 is a solid median or medium to come to terms on. I'm not asking too much, but I mean, obviously, again, like, the more dice you require everybody to do, just the better it is for everybody anyways. Three to 4 packs are optimal from my POV. There's different alliance and DS. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think 3 is too much. Tried asking before, but your stream is all messed up. What are your thoughts on this superb leader armaments? I mean, it's the same exact thing as the other crossover event ones, right? Like, if you go to, like, one of the previous crossover events, like, let's take a look at the pants. It's infantry squad block, infantry squad damage reduction, squad counter damage. And then if you look at the new event ones, it's the exact same thing. Squad block, squad damage reduction, and squad counter damage. So it's the exact same thing. The only difference is that it's squad and not just specific to one troop type. So, I mean, it's the exact same thing as the previous crossover ones that we've gotten. Probably similarly priced as well. Especially like the Marco ones. So, I'm kind of like no opinion on it per se. Because it's not something that's like anything net new. It's just something we've already had, but with leader. Instead of ranged infantry or rider. Do you think the Porsche key will ever come back? I missed the opportunity to get it. I don't know. That is a question for IGG. I gained 870 high carbon steel so far, and I think I got 9 alley entries with just the white dice. Most of those 9 landed in the red box as well. Never to do this event this way. Yeah, I'm talking about it on stream right now. Worst key, I heard it come back sometimes. I don't know. I take when it comes. Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else that IGG says, right? Like, they're like, oh, you're going to have this soon. And it's like that soon could be never, or it could be next summer. Or for some things like garrison restrictions, we waited like, what, 7 months for it? So it comes by often. Just watch for it in the workshop. Oh, okay, there you go. But is it better than troop specific? Not, I would say it's more beneficial. But you'd still have to be wearing it on a leader troop, right? So there's the trade-off, right? The trade-off is that, like, if you have the leader set equipped, like on a base garrison, all of your troops are benefiting from it, as opposed to one specific troop type. So there is that benefit there. The trade-off is that you have to be wearing it on a leader hero, right? So you'd have to be wearing it like on Victor, or you'd have to be wearing it on the new hero, or you'd have to be wearing it on Claude or Bianca. So there is a trade-off. There is benefits, but there are also cons, right? Like, you wouldn't be able to be leading with Boyd at that point. You wouldn't be able to be leading with Sophie or Ethan or Chasey, you know, that kind of thing. So there's pros and cons to both. Second question. Completely finished Pango OC chips to 5 stars, or get Kong OC chips to 3 stars next. Remind me again, Meatwagon. You're the Garrison one, right? You're the Garrison player. Yeah, you're the Garrison player, right? Yeah. I would do the Pango one first. 5-star OC is really solid, and even with a 5-star OC, 5-star normal golds, its support is actually really good as well. The 4-piece one, the 4-piece here when triggering a combo, all the way up 60% chance combo damage. So like this could be this could be crit for you, crit damage. It could be combo damage, counter damage, whatever, you know, whatever choice you decide to go with. And then it also increases your leader skill damage by 33%. I've only, as of the last 24 to 48 hours, pivoted, because I do have that 4-piece 5 stars, but I pivoted to do 4-piece OC, and I'm trying to get it to 5 stars because of the corrosion also inflicting frost edge, so combo or corrosion. So I've only as of recently started trying to do that. I need to do 2 more. I need to get 2 more to get to 4-star 4-piece. And I'm trying to compete for that right now. I'm not going to take first here, but I just need this, and I need like 2nd place here, I think. 3rd place would be okay if I can get this, I think. I think that would be enough. Yeah. That's kind of the other side of it too, that you don't have now kind of like refresh my memory here. Do you have Otachi to be able to support, or do you have like what other beasts are you building with, like, say, like your secret beast? Like, are you going for like Gaia Deer for Garrison? Are you going for like Pluto Jelly? What are you doing there? Because while Kong can be solid, I feel like Kong would be better if you built like combo chips on him and then used him behind like Bull, for example, for rallies, and then you had like you had another one for Garrison. Hey, looking at the beast, they underlined line on the basic skill. That's new. Yes, I noticed that as well. This portion here, yeah, I noticed that as well. I know what you're talking about. I think this is what you're talking about, right? I did notice that, like what they actually provide to the squad. Increases the skill damage bonus attribute of the squad, bringing alongside this. Yeah, see, so they put a definition there when you click the underline. So I think they're just kind of highlighting that impacts the actual troops as opposed to just the beast march, or as opposed to the beach march. What's up, Mosin? How's it going? But after you talked about the Super Gaia, I'll start slowly working on that. Yeah, I would do the OC chips on your Pango. And the reason why I would do that is because as I was getting the 5-star OC chips for my Pango, I just ended up getting a ton of like extra physical chips, right, in all the slots. And that's kind of like passively built out my Bull as well. So that'll help to where, like, if you're in Garrison but you also need to set a rally, you'll have like really good physical chips on both sides to be able to use for your Garrison and rally simultaneously. And then since you do find yourself in Garrison more often, I would work on a grass chip set for your Gaia Deer. And just start building those out. Like, even if they're just like with the normal golds. And like, so like, let's say you go with the green and counters. Like, even with like a 4-piece here, when triggering a counterattack, 60% chance to grant counter damage 73% for the current attack, and 40% chance to increase leader skill damage by 33. If you're in a multi-rally Garrison, like that 60% chance is gonna be happening a lot, because it can only be triggered on the same wearer one time in 1 second, which is fine. So it may only happen one time in a second, but if you're getting attacked by 3 rallies or swarmed or whatever happening, like that could be happening very, very, very frequently. And it's just like that buff can like permanently stay up is what I'm getting at. So I would finish out the OC chips on Pango. Then I would at that point take all of your additional just your leader chips and just use those to build out a grass set for counter. And then I would just set Kong to the side, since your primary role is the Garrison side of things. What's up, Brent? How's it going? Oh, can help with my account. You ready? Free to play? Hey, bro, want to message you? Yeah, I can. After that rubber ducky. Yeah, man, I'm excited for you, dude. Like, holy cow. Just even with, like, the performance upgrades that we were seeing on your account with the basic attack damage stuff. Like, prior to Rick coming out. Now, with Rick out, dude, I'm excited for your account. Like, I would want to be a rider in your position. Should I not be building an OC set for Kong because it's crit-based? Stick with the legendary combo set. Sean, is there any additional context to that? Like, so Sean, are you a rally or garrison main? My apologies if I've already, like, obviously probably have looked at your account and stuff and reviewed it, like, on stream. I just review so many of them, as I'm sure you're aware. Are you a rally or garrison main, and what, if so, like, what troop type and stuff? I use Bull and Kong for rallies. Yeah, I can loot the forge on my farms. It's because I unplugged my computers that were in the office to I unplugged the computers that were in the office to move them out here into the hallway, or in the nook next to me on another desk. So I just haven't plugged that computer back in, so these aren't running at the moment. So if you want, you can go for them. I don't care. It's my farms. I can care less. You can go hit them rocks. I don't care. It's to raid the refinery pieces. So okay, so you're a rally player. I would. So here's my advice. All right, and my advice is different than the public advice that you're probably typically getting on Discord or other videos. Everybody will say, "Oh, balance out all three of your stats. Do this, do that, whatever have you." Okay. My opinion, based on what I've seen perform, and after having a 10.5 mil beast and having so many garrison rally reports, the most important thing that you can possibly do for your beast pair and your beast combo is to make sure that your support beast is attacking as much as possible. All right, now how do we do that? What we do is that in your case, we're going to use your scenario, for example. We're using Bull and Kong, right? So with your Kong behind Bull, that means that you're going to go into your second skill, and it shows here this is essentially your primary form of damage for Kong. If this isn't triggering, your Kong isn't doing any damage at all, right? Nothing's going on with Kong. All he is an absorption of stats for your Bull. Okay, cool. But because you have two beasts there, ideally you want to have both of them attacking, right? So in this case with Kong, when a combo is triggered, deal follow-up damage to the target. So what I would recommend at that point is that if you're building OC chips, and actually let me ask you this one question, because this one question is going to be important. Do you have OC chips on your Bull at the moment, or what kind of chips do you have on your Bull? Can you send to me a arena report in game that has your all of your marches and all of your chips and stuff, or can you send me like your beasts and stuff so I can see your chip setup? Because what's important is going to be the chips and the stats that you're going for in your Bull first and foremost before we even look at the Kong. Yeah, the stat specific stuff like the basic attack damage, Brent, can definitely be expensive to smelt, but it's definitely very well worth it if you are, especially playing Rider, where you can get so much benefit out of it. You're a ranged rally, okay. So ranged rallies, you're rally specific. Yeah, if you could send to me, you have to go to like 164, and I'm like down here, or I can give you like my here's my player ID. Sean, if you just want to like message me directly, there's my player ID. Or if you go to like region 222, if you go to region 222 IWRI, this is the alliance that I'm in right now, and I'm in a rank 1. Oh, no, sorry, not this one. This one's their farm one. This is the alliance I'm in. You have to go to the you have to go to the metro. I'm there, and then I'm in R2. So you can either go to IWRI region 222 and I'm in R2, or you can just use that player ID. Yes, before we didn't have an icon like the radar help one, probably. Oh, yeah, no, that's been out for a minute. It's been out for at least like 2 weeks. I've seen it now for a while. It is newer, yes, you're absolutely right about that, but yeah, I got you. I got to invest into refinery. I'm so behind on it. Felt like I just got a bit stronger after dumping 5 months of savings into TC and much rather weaker after. Yeah, no, the refinery is a huge bump. I reached level 6 forge yesterday and level 32 or 36, 33 in the work. Oh, nice. Still stuck at 3. What am I at? Oh, I'm only level 5. Holy cow. I got some catching up to do. Too bad it doesn't increase the chances of getting better stats, just the chance of getting legendary. I recommend getting the weekly pack. You get 3 tickets to sell, selling 3 items for 200 gold in each mix. Yeah, true. I'm way behind on beasts. I'm just starting building out the chips to use long term. I'll send you a report. Okay, cool. I haven't paid enough attention to it. I've been busy with family festivals lately. I gotta catch up on these C videos. Yeah, you've been busy. Glad to have you back though. Got a legendary piece day 1 and I haven't touched after that. yeah, I get that. Oh man, holy cow. I wish I had this computer on the sit-stand desk. I want to stretch my legs. I did what you said and slowly raised all of my other levels up to 7. And it made big differences in battles. Hey, are you talking about workshop? Glad to hear it worked out for you, though. I believe that's what you're talking about, right? Workshop? Yeah, workshop. Okay, yeah. No, I'm glad to hear. Like I said, your firepower and your protection are your damage multipliers. And so, like, you're going to have high base stats anyways, like high attack and defense and stuff. So people get pretty tunnel visioned when they start building out the workshop. Because they're like, oh, I'm an infantry player, so I obviously want to get this number down here, the defense and stuff like that comes from this, like, as high as possible. Or I want to get my attack as high as possible because I'm infantry based, that kind of a thing. And it's very easy to tunnel vision on that, which is understandable. But if you're getting attacked from your workshop, if you're getting attacked from your armaments, if you're getting attacked from your research, from your squad skins, from your shelter skins, from your march skins, from your refinery, from your hero, your hero skills, your hero talents, your alliance tech when you're on alliance territory, so many different things. Like, if you're already getting all those things anyways, then I try to isolate and go for stats that you don't see commonly. So like on armaments, that's your lethality block. From your garage, that's your firepower protection, things like that. Those are your multipliers against the amount of damage that you're dealing because you already have high attack or, you're sustained with high defense and stuff. So that is why we take the approach that we do and what I recommend. So you did? Oh, that's right. My thing just like doesn't work. I don't know why I don't have notifications on my shit. Beast. Okay, so you have 8 to Kong at 12. Okay. I'm not gonna laugh, don't worry. And which march had Kong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4. Okay. So, what I would do, if I was you, let me double check one thing. I want to make sure I give you the right information. Okay. Kong gives 525 combo at max, right? And that is going to come sorry, that is going to come from the potential, right? So these things here, so you get 195 here, 180 here, and then another 150 here. He gets 525 combo just from maxing him out, right? Now that's going to obviously raise excuse me, coffee went down the wrong pipe. That is obviously going to raise your combo chances. Now, if we go to, let's say that you're inheriting that at 70%. So from 520, that's kind of probably be around 462 right in here. You're going to get like a 43% chance to combo. All right. That's already high out the gate by having a max Kong on support with the last research that'll give you a 70% inheritance, right? You're going to have around a 40 to 43% combo chance just from putting a maxed Kong on support to Bull. And that is without the fact that Bull also gets combo as well himself. So your combo's already going to be way up there, which is great because, again, what we were looking at as the most important thing here is that you want to make sure that whatever stat that the active skill triggers on for your support is high, right? And then in this case, when a combo is triggered. So you want your combo stat to be generally very high to make sure that we can make sure that Kong so we can make sure that Kong is attacking as frequently as possible, because that is a large sum of your damage. Obviously, most of your damage is going to come from your leader skill, but essentially you're going to be duplicating this active skill damage through your secondary beast also, and he also gives detonate stacks when he triggers this attack, right? So a lot of damage that you're potentially missing out on if you don't have high combo. Now, let's get to the chipset part. Because you're already getting high combo percentages from Kong, providing his stats as an inheritance to Bull, and Bull having combo of his own, that's where we're going to step into the crit. Because now, yes, you're dealing combo attacks, you're dealing bonus attacks, but why not make every attack that you possibly have, or as many attacks as possible, critting? So that be your leader attack, your active attack again after you combo, your Kong attack, things like that, right? You want as many of these things to crit as possible, so crit is just as equally important, if not more, right? So what I would do if I was you is I would get a full OC chipset on your Bull. Now, why would I do that? Because the OC chipset for physical gives crit by default, right? It also gives combo as part of the process as you're leveling it up. So 2-piece, starting at a 3-star, gives 60 combo as one of the effects. So you're already getting a benefit there as well, right? So I would do a full OC chipset for your Bull that's going to give you your crit, raise your crit damage also give you some combo, things like that. From there, what I would do is I would go to your Kong, and I would build out a 4-piece combo set. So I would go combo, fire, and then I would do the left arm, the right arm, the left leg, and the right leg. Now, why would we do that is because it has a 4-piece bonus here. Once you get it maxed out, when triggering a combo, has a 60% chance to grant combo damage, 73% for the current attack. Now, that bonus combo damage that it's giving can then also be further multiplied by the fact that it crits, and a 40% chance to increase leader skill damage by 33%. And again, that 33% increase in leader damage can then also crit also. Now, that's why crit is kind of the primary focus here, but this will give to you, if you max this out, this will give you an additional, let me go here because I did it for mine as well, 530 combo plus a 2-piece bonus of 275. So you're going to get another 800 inherited at 75%. You're going to get 600 more combo for that pair. And then from there, because this already gives so much, and you're getting combo damage on both of these beasts. So in the potential, you have combo damage, right? You have combo damage, and that's the same thing on your Kong. You already have a lot of combo damage coming in. I would double back, and I would do a 2-piece crit for the spine and the brain of the Kong itself. So that would be crit, fire, and I would do the brain and the spine, I would do crit. And that's because it's going to give you up to 23% additional crit damage here. Now, why are we not doing combo? Oh, we talked about combo. You just did combo on these. Why would we not do combo and take the 23% combo damage? Well, the reason why is that your leader skill doesn't benefit from combo damage, and your leader skill is the one that deals on Bull up to 900% damage when he's rallying, right? So when in a rally, increases it to 900%. This is your main bread and butter for kills when it comes to beasts. It's your leader skill. For Pango, it's 900% on Garrison. For Bull, it's 900% on rallies. So if you can take that 900% and boost it with high crit chance and high crit damage, that's going to give you what kills the most amount of troops in an enemy rally. So to recap, full OC chipset on Bull, right? On Kong, we're going to go 4-piece combo in these 4 slots, just normal golds, and then we're going to go 2-piece crit in the brain and the spine. And that's what I would do. Alright, now I have a lot to catch up on in chat. As an infantryman with me, Mia, and Boyd awakened, Boyd's skill 1 and 2 transcended, who would you put as leader and co? I would put Boyd as the lead and Miyamoto as the support, because the talent here that increases skill damage by 7.5% after using a skill, what will happen is that Boyd will use his rage skill. This talent will trigger, doing increase in skill damage, and then then Miyamoto will benefit from it, and his AoE skill will have bonus skill damage. I would do that so then the AoE reaps the benefit so you're dealing more damage to surrounding marches. And even between 400 to 450%, you feel very little difference. I'm assuming you're talking about basic attack damage. It was actually insane, the difference that we saw when we had Meatwagon build out a... I might actually still have it in the chats. Hold on a minute. I have to try to hurry up and do this because I have so many chats to catch up on. Hold on. Bear with me. It's in here. Okay. So here's the 2 rally reports. And you can see that on this one, he had Rider Squad damage, Rider Squad defense, right? Rider Squad defense, Rider Squad damage reduction, things like that, right? 6 mil to 8.7. And then instead, changes it over to basic attack, 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 7.8 to 11.3. It made a huge difference with with the Rider side of things. Riders just scale insanely well with basic attacks. It makes a huge difference. And then we also saw the benefit as well when he was doing Garrison. Yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking if I put Miyamoto as leader, I can build Boyd's Garrison tree once he does Garrison. Yeah, you could do that. Like, if you don't want to keep changing talent trees, then yeah, you can put Miyamoto as lead. I'm just talking more like optimal. But obviously, the way that I'm talking about, you would have to be switching talent trees. I just got a legendary Rhino. Now we'll work on the Saber and Rhino. There you go. Do you think the event beast will be back anytime soon? Probably not, but I'm not IGG, but typically they don't re-release things. It's kind of just like a limited time thing. I think event beast he's talking about like Kong and stuff like that. I don't think so. Itachi and Kong were a one-time thing. Yeah, if that's what he's talking about, I don't think they're coming back. I've run Boyd, Miyamoto, and off-limit pretty nicely for the swarms. Yep. Sean, does that make sense, by the way? I think, Sean, you were the one that was asking that about the Bold and the Kong stuff. Does that make sense, or did I lose you on that? I know it's a lot of information, so I apologize. And I apologize to everybody else for that being like a long explanation. But beasts are one of those things that it's like you either do it right or you don't do it right. And if you don't do it right, like you could spend potentially a lot of money and resources on something that you're just not happy with. But if you do it right, you can spend a lot less or spend the same amount and come out completely optimal. And it's like insane the amount that you can do. The amount of damage you can do. Gonna eat back, be back in 45. Oh yeah, I'll still be here, Rocks. Have a good meal, man. Have a good meal. Appreciate you being here, brother. Everything you were saying about Bull, the same for Pango Kong. Kind of. Are you... Okay, everything that I'm saying is applicable to rallies and field, because that's full offensive. If you are Garrison, it's a different story. And I'm assuming that if you're leading with Pango, you're probably in a Garrison scenario, right, Brent? High Z and Refinery I'm stuck on. ×2 infantry attack on all equipment. Basic or okay, still attack, or basic attack, skill damage, attack, HP defense to stick to this, or to look for some crazy squad damage. Very crazy. If your budget warrants it, infantry squad damage is obviously the best, because whatever the percentage number is that it says there, so for squad damage, it's going to increase your skill damage, your basic attack damage, and your counter damage all by that amount flat. But if you increase it by, say, like 8% attack, it's not going to increase all of them by 8%. It's going to be marginalized to that. It might go up like 1 point something percent or 2%, whatever have you, at 8% attack. But with infantry squad damage, all of them will go up 8%. Now, obviously, that comes with a bougie price tag. You're paying for the bougie stat. You're going to pay bougie prices. If you can afford it, then yes, getting damage on your pieces is very well worth it. But, again, you're going to be paying bougie price tags. If you want to be on a budget, then double infantry attack on all your pieces is amazing. That is great. You don't have to worry about anything else. Even better if you can do attack, and get squad attack up top and max it out at 3%, because that's going to give you 12% by having a level 20 all of them with squad attack up top. That's 12%. Now let's assume you get the bottom to 6% on each attack. That's 15% attack. That's 60% attack that you can get from doing all that. Now let's
how do we reference how strong that actually is? If you have squad attack up top and double infantry attack in the bottom, and the bottom is at 6%, 6%, and 3% up top. If you manage to do that on each piece, it'll be far cheaper, and 60% attack, to put it into reference for you, is 12 red infantry squad attack hones in terms of armaments. Now, are you going to spend as much as you would getting 12 infantry squad attack hones red on your armament pieces as doing this in refinery? Fuck no. You will spend a fraction of the amount of money putting 15% attack on each of your pieces here from the top and the bottom, and getting 12 red hones worth of attack in your refinery. So if you're doing that, totally fine. It works great. You will see huge benefits. Like, you're telling me if you were to go on your armament pieces and put 12 red infantry squad attacks on there, if you had no hones at all, that it wouldn't make a difference? Yeah, like that's obviously an outright lie. You might as well just slap me in the face. That's obviously a lie. That will do a large amount for you, and it'll be far cheaper. So if you're doing that, that's totally fine. There's no issue with that at all. Yeah, Valisar, the beasts are very confusing, and it's why I usually have to do one-on-one help with people, but that's why I'm doing this, is to try to help out as much as possible. How do I identify in fishing events while fishing when we're missing in our gallery? Because I have no idea, Vivek. I have not been doing the fishing event. I'll be 100% honest with you. Too much to catch up on this game now. Trust me, if you think it's confusing for you, you should try being the guy that has to try to explain it to people. That makes complete sense. Okay, great, Sean. I appreciate it. Glad to hear, man. I agree. I want to do my beast right. Okay, so you are garrisoned, and you are doing Pango and Bull. If you are doing Pango and Bull, I would do the full OC chipset on... Oh, man. See, this is the hard part. Is that the hard part about that is that you're a... Let me ask this, Brent. Are you just a garrison main player, or do you also rally? That is the follow-up question. And don't take the information that I'm giving to one person in their scenario as like a one-size-fits-all. Beasts are not a one-size-fits-all. Feel free to bring it up as individual questions. Have me review your account. I will help you tailor it one-on-one, no problem at all. That's what we're here for. In time are you doing the refinery? We could do it right now, Mars. I don't mind. Thanks for the feedback. Could you share your Boyd garrison setup? I looked up the top Boyds in the rankings, and everyone built them different. Nobody maxed out the garrison tree. Sure. If you want me to share it to you directly, I can. This is the... Oh, this is my Field March one. I run this. And now, again, this is kind of unique to me because typically you don't take this. I only took this because I'm running Ethan on secondary. So the bonus skill damage helps out quite a bit because I'm very highly damage reduction built. Like, I have 17% damage reduction almost in refinery. I have like 17% damage reduction on my armaments as well. As you can see here, I think I'm at like, what am I at? Like 3.8. Yeah, I'm at 17.3% damage reduction here. I'm at like 17% in refinery. Like, I have so much damage reduction that I wanted to take more damage. But if I was to do it, I would do probably something like I would do this. I would do this. I would do this. This right here is the most important part. If you do this right here, then your last 7 points don't really matter where you put them. Like, I would take the 4.5% here, and then at that point, it's like you could take the bonus defense when you're less than 50% because rallies can last a long time. You can take the bonus 12% flat stats here. That's a totally viable option as well. You could take 3% defense here and throw another 2% in here for more attack, or you could go anywhere at this point. But this is the default setup. What you do with the last 4 points is going to be very marginal and completely up to you. It doesn't matter what you do there. Where did I take the points out of for this? Where did I take the points out of for this? I have 4 points left. That requires 6. And this one's maxed out. Oh, I only put 1 in here. That's why. That's where the other 2 points went. Okay, I was trying to figure out how I had 6 points for this. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Pango Kong, Jess Garrison, Pango crit. I shared it to you. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh my god. Here you are. Holy cow. We have a lot of messages. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm catching up. I'm scooting in on my chair. Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I don't know why. You said Kong, and in my head, I was thinking Pango and Bull. I don't know why. I'm so dumb. Okay, sorry. Let me recenter here where we're at. Okay. How would we do this? What is the best way to do this one? I would say you have 4-piece crit, 2-piece crit, 4-piece combo, 2-piece combo. And you are a Rider Garrison. Okay. Okay. I would... Give me a minute here. 3 or 420 on counter. It's about the same. So you're at about 40% on counter. Okay. Well, and the wheels are turning a bit. I would... Oops. 370. So here's the part that I'm kind of torn between. Is that you are a Rider Garrison, right? And so your biggest weakness as a Rider Garrison is being swarmed and multi-rallies. Because as you're using Chasey on Garrison, you're not typically hitting more than one march unless you're using an Ethan secondary or now Rick as well. So one of the things that's going to help change that for you is being able to have counter from your beasts on Garrison, because now your beasts are dealing counter damage through their attacks and such to the enemy marches, the enemy swarms, the enemy rallies, things like that. So there's a little bit of a buffer there. It's not going to completely solve it for you, but at least it helps. So counter is super important on Garrison as opposed to really any other stat. So you really want to have a lot of counter. The problem becomes that if I tell you to stack counter on your OC chips, or not on your OC chips, but on your chipsets themselves in either your support or in your lead, what ends up happening is that now your Kong doesn't trigger any attacks, which we've already talked about being a very important thing. I would consider changing your support beast in your case. That sucks because you have Kong, and Kong deals a lot of damage, but Kong in this case, like, unless you're only garrisoning in single rally garrison marches to where that combo is going to be very beneficial, hitting the one march or the one rally or whatever have you, that's fine. But in a multi-rally scenario or in a swarm scenario, the combo isn't going to help you at all. So I would either considering taking on a second gold Pango or taking on a purple Pango until you can have a second gold Pango, or if you have the secret beast selection chest or whatever have you, getting the Gaia Deer, something that's going to proc either on counters, or even you could even go with something that counter or procs on crit, right? Like if you had a saber or the Pluto jellyfish, things like that, because then since it's building off of crit, because you have all this crit on your Pango, that's fine. It's going to proc your support beast to attack, and then you can still build counter on your support beast. That's what makes it difficult here. There's a lot more to consider in your case, Brent, than than what we have on what we were talking about earlier. What's up, Saucy? How's it going? Yeah, Mosin, I'll help you in just a sec. Sorry. Mosin, yours is a little bit more difficult because you're only 8 mil in. So here, let me help you real quick, Mosin. So the thing with yours, Mosin, is that you're an 8 mil player, and it looks like you're running. I mean, I can't even really tell here because you don't have an armament set on it. The hard part about yours, Mosin, is that you don't have any like armament sets and such. And I think you were asking to help you build out a team, but it's hard to identify like what team you're going to build out if you don't have any like armament sets. Like clearly you have one rider set going, but I think that for you, Mosin, you need to figure out what is your play style. Like, do you want to be running mainly riders? Do you want to be running mainly range? Do you want to be running mainly infantry? Do you like being able to sustain damage and you don't care much about dealing damage? Or do you want to be a glass cannon where you deal a ton of damage and you don't care about taking damage? Like, do you want to do hit and runs? Do you want to do better in murder balls? Like, there's so many different factors there to determine like what hero pairs you want to do that it's not as easy as just taking an arena report and building it out for you. How do I identify it? Dude, Vivek, I have no idea. I don't do the fishing event. I'll say it again. I'll keep repeating it for you. I don't do the fishing event. I have no idea. You want to see? Fishing event. I haven't done jack squat shit. Current points, 0. Leaderboard, 0. I don't do the fishing event, man. I couldn't tell you what to do on that. Sorry. Yo. Sorry, what? What do you want me to do with the fishing event? Oh, just put it right here. And then we'll just move it into the room and fold them in here in a minute. Dude, I have no idea, Vivek. I do have Pluto jellyfish, okay. So, the thing with yours, Brent, is that as a support beast to your Pango, you want something because Pango gives crit and counter by default. You either want something in your support that is going to proc its support attack off of a crit or a counter. And in this case, Jellyfish can do counter attack as one of the ones that increases it. Otachi does it off of crit. A support Pango does it off of a crit. You know, if you were to go the grass side like Gaia Deer, it's on a it's just flat attack. Flat attack. You could do another Pango and have it do crit, things like that. Hold on, I heard the ding go off and I don't see the chat. Okay, there we go. Rider Field is free to play is easy, right? I wouldn't say anything is easy in this game. It's not necessary. Like, I don't think anything is easy at all. It's just like you don't want to find something that's just easy or whatever. Like, you just want to find something that fits your play style and build to that. Because if you're not building an account towards like whatever play style you enjoy or what you enjoy doing, then there's not going to be like you're just going to lose enjoyment of the game when IGG brings out shitty updates or like an update that you don't agree with. So the only thing that you should be building for, first and foremost, and ever, is just towards your playstyle, whatever you enjoy doing. Yeah. So with yours, Brent, because I'm assuming, Brent, you're not in a position where you only garrison versus single rallies. Like, you put yourself in situations where you're also garrison multi-rallies in AR, or, you know, you do get swarmed and stuff like that as a rider garrison, that kind of a thing. So, what's the best way to stack up on OC chips? Probably the between the OC chip sale that pops up, the mysterious safe for OC chips if you can get it, and the biohazard frenzy, the what's it called, the development in here, these ones. Yeah, you do, because I can't just like give you advice to be like, oh, do this, you know, build this direction, whatever have you. I can give you feedback, but the feedback is going to be based on you first. Like, you have to let me know, I want to be a rider field player running 3 marches or whatever have you. If you do that, then we could be like, okay, so here's like the best heroes to build. Here's the stats you want to focus on, that kind of a thing. I don't want to build your account for you. Like, you just need to tell me what you enjoy first and foremost, and then we can go from there. Okay. Now, this is something to work with. So this works, all right? So if you're going to do this, like let's say you run this pair here, and let's say over time, Brent, that you, because I assume your gold one's already maxed out. Let's say that over time, you get a second gold Pango to replace this purple Pango, and you get it maxed out also. That's perfectly fine, because then all the chips that you're putting on this purple Pango can just transfer over also. I would almost say do that, because that's the most economical thing for you to do. Makes the most sense, and you don't have to pivot as hard in so many places. I would continue building out the crit set for your leader one, because the support Pango is going to trigger its support active skill on a crit itself, and that's for both the purple and the gold Pango, right? So I would continue building the crit chip set at that point on your gold Pango first and foremost, and then on your secondary Pango, what I would do is I would then build a 4-piece counter set. So that would look like this. I would go counter gold and then do, again, the left arm, bottom, and right foot. So then you can get the 4-piece bonus. And then in your case, what I would actually do is not recommend to do the crit in the top and the bottom. I wouldn't go crit, brain, and spine. I would just do crit or counter across the board. I would actually do counter 2-piece also on the brain and spine. And the reason for that is that, again, you're putting yourself as a garrison in garrison the opportunity to get swarmed or multi-rallied at any point in time. And so the more counter, the more times that you make it to where every time that you're attacked by the enemy beast, you immediately like throw a punch back. They throw a punch at you, you throw a punch automatically back. The more times you can trigger that, that is the most important piece. And then the crit will come into play from your main chip set. But I would do all 6 chips counter on your second Pango, all 6 chips crit on your main Pango, in your case. Rider field 2-3 marches with Claudin team, maybe Bianca, I don't know. So I wouldn't do Bianca in the field because, well, I wouldn't do Bianca in the field until you have 5 marches probably, because riders have so many high damage options. For a 3 march setup in field with riders, I would run, if your budget affords it. This is just considering you don't have a budget or whatever have you, you're just straight tunnel visioning. I would run a Chasey and Rick. I would run a Rubina and Janet. And then I would also run a Elena or Felix and Elena. You can mix that up, intertwine it however you want, but each of those synergize well. I would do Felix, Elena, I would run Rick, or Chasey and Rick, and then I would run Rubina and Janet. And those would be your 3 marches. Yeah, no problem, Brent. Sorry that you have to pivot, man. But, like, again, in my mind, like, I'm just thinking here, like, Garrison is so unique because you do not want to build counter on rallies. You do not want to build counter on field, because in order to proc counter attacks, you have to be getting attacked. So that doesn't help you if you're on the offensive in a rally or an offensive in field trying to swarm something down. It does no good for you. But when you're on Garrison, now all of a sudden it becomes like the most important stat to get. And equally important, if not more than crit. But crit is still a great thing to have on Garrison because, again, your leader's skill is what's going to deal the most damage. So we want to buff that up as much as possible. So a full set of crit on your leader, perfectly fine. But then you really want to get that counter up because, again, the main weakness for riders is that you get swarmed out of Garrison easy, or you get multi-rallied and you start taking bonus damage because you, like, just with the way that Chasey works, right? It's mostly oriented on basic attack damage and focused on one target, which is the main rally. So you want those beasts to not only complement the play style that you have, or like the way that your troop is handling it, by pumping damage into the one leader march or leader rally, which is your leader skill that you're using, but you also want to try to close the gaps that you have of weaknesses, which again on Rider Garrison is just the fact that you're being swarmed. So if you build counter, then you're trying to help mitigate and trying to help patch the holes that Rider Garrisons currently have. Daryl is okay. Daryl is okay, but I'm talking like synergy wise. Like Daryl can synergize okay with like Elena, because then her flank damage makes it to where your AoE deals more damage, or Felix's flat base damage that he gives then would scale the AoE that Daryl has. But because, like, for example, Felix has a flat bonus damage and Elena gives flank damage and stuff, and Elena gives bonus like basic attack damage, like there's a lot of synergy there when mixed with Felix. Chasey and Rick obviously have high synergy because of the basic attack damage and how all that works together and procs together. And then Rubina and Janet work really well because you hyper dump all of the stacks of graffiti that you have in 1 second. So if you have to get in and get out, which is typically the play style of riders, you're able to dump all of it in 1 second instead of having to be stuck to the enemy march for 5 seconds, getting all that damage out. So there's just a lot of synergy with those two. And you could, like I said, you could put Daryl in any of those marches and be totally fine. I'm just building it like synergetic based. All right. Mars, should we start with yours for the refinery stuff? I think we do. I think we do a refinery crack here. What time is it? 2 o'clock. I also need to start considering what I'm going to make for dinner. I can't let it get too late without doing that. Could you give more roulette hero teams? Sure. Yeah, just switch out Rubina for Daryl, or switch out, like I said, any one of those marches you could switch out the TC hero for Daryl. So if you want to switch it up and have Chasey and Felix and then Elena plus Daryl, totally fine as well. What other TC heroes are there? Is it like Bella? I think Bella's the other one. You could run Bella same thing in any one of those marches. Like riders are like one of the most flexible ones because there's not nearly as many restrictive synergies as ranged or like infantry, where you want to have, like, say for example, AoE behind Sophie because she applies a skill damage taken debuff on many marches, so you want AoE to follow that up. Or on infantry there's the shield synergies, things like that. Like now you also mentioned that you want to have Claude in there. I would run Chasey and Claude personally, because Chasey's very healthy, like she's very easily able to sustain damage, and the bonus damage that Claude will give multiplies against the basic attack damage multiplier. So I would go Chasey, Claude, and then I would go Elena and Daryl, and then I would go Felix and Janet. Do that. If you were doing a 5-team rider march for field, what would be the focus? What do you mean, what would be the focus? Like hero-wise or stat-wise? What do you mean by, like, what would be the focus? The only restricted rider is Janet because graffiti state, but yeah, we're kind of free as riders. Yeah, like there's some specific synergies that you want. Like with graffiti, you want to be able to proc skill damage 5 times every 5 seconds, so like that, like there are requirements there. But other than that, yeah, like riders are super intertwinable and mixable. Hero, oh god, same exact thing that I was saying. Oh shit, 5 of them. Fuck me. Yeah, I would go Chasey and Claude. I would go I would go Felix and Janet. I would go Daryl and Elena. Oh, wait, hold on. I would go Daryl and Isabella. Then I would go Bella and Elena. And then what the fuck is left? Dude, I don't even know that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, and then I have the sisters if you have the skin. The sisters with skins are great, but only if you need like more than 3 rider marches. There you go. There's your 5th. When are you doing this live again? Live chat? Well, it's Friday, so I'll be doing it every Friday for sure. But I actually try to stream every single day now, but can't guarantee I'm going to be live streaming Doomsday every day. Until it's like IR, AR, and GW. Like when we're not doing IR, AR, or GW, like right now, I'll probably be streaming other games, but I'm still happy to talk Doomsday during that time. That's totally fine. Oh, it's not even like the patience, man. It's just that like I don't think of like running 5 rider marches. Like that thought doesn't cross my mind because I'm not a rider player. And so it's just like I'm trying to think if there's enough rider heroes for that. But yes, the hero or the sisters with skins is a great march to have as your 4th or 5th rider march. Then from there you just kind of intertwine Claude and Isabella. Yeah. Yeah, the sisters defense debuff that I think comes from Catherine, right? With the skin, plus the HP cut from Claude, plus the what's it called? The bonus skill or the bonus damage received debuff from Isabella, plus like if you want to intertwine it and get really fancy feet with it, the attack buff that you get from Bianca, like you could be rolling. Like I run 3 infantry marches and I run all 3 of those support heroes, right? Let me like just actually go to one where I actually have equipment on. I run Bianca, Claude, and Isabella on all 3 of my infantry marches, and I only use 3 infantry marches. I'm an infantry main and I use 3 infantry marches, and all 3 of them I use that because of the way the infantry is built. But yeah, I run Bianca, I run Claude, I run Isabella, and then I run a rider pair, and I also run a ranged pair. What am I missing here? Oh, that's what I'm missing. I need to put you on instead. Okay. Am I missing a... No? No. Claude is an ASAP hero. You want Claude as soon as possible, man. Claude is so good. Holy moly, Claude is so good. Yeah. Oh, dude, this pair is just disgusting, man. This pair is disgusting. I love it. I love it. Sorry, I don't know if you already talked about Isabella potential. Do I not use Isabella in Arena? Did I not? Did I not right there? Oh, that's what's happening. Thank you. No, I do it on my phone. Okay, this is the weird part about this game that I hate. Your Arena March setup is different from the computer from your phone. Like I set it up with Isabella on my phone, and then it just... Oh wait, no, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, no, I did. What the hell? Oh, that's my defense. Yeah, so it mixes it up. So like if I attack somebody on my phone, it has one setup. If I attack somebody on my computer, it's a different setup. Thank you for pointing that out, because it's on my computer. I don't have it. That's what happened. Okay. I was wondering why it wasn't close to 95. I was going to say, there should be something here that makes it close to 95. That's what it is. Thank you. I couldn't figure it out. That's why I went through each of my marches. I couldn't figure out what it was. It's so weird to me that it does that. It's so weird to me. Like that your PC and your phone are different. It's gonna be the same thing. 50, 53, 36. Oh, yeah. See, he does so much more damage when he has her because, dude, this is why I run this pair, is that Boyd gives 35% skill damage and she gives 25% skill damage. Like, that's 60% skill damage. They do so much damage on single target because of it. Is Isabella worth upgrading first, or should I keep focused on Marco for the HP debuff? Oh, I see. Now that's a good question as well. I would say... Okay, so here's the hard part. Usually I would say something like, oh, do Isabella because she's not a... you don't need 2 fragments instead of 1 to level them up. But then that's false because you also need to upgrade her cores in order to upgrade her skills. Because like if you don't transcend her first skill, then you only debuff 3 people. But then after you transcend it, you debuff 5 people. Or the last one, it increases like the rage from like what is it, like every 30 rage every 10 to 50 rage every 10. Like that's almost a 100% upgrade. I would the way that I would phrase this is that you could do more with less on Marco than you can on Isabella. You can awaken Isabella for cheaper, but then you have to also get the cores and use fragments in order to up or transcend the skills themselves. So I would almost say Marco in this case. I would leave that up to you. I would leave that up to you. Do you feel like you need... Because the thing is that, like, whoever you pair Isabella with is also going to benefit from stats like the increased attack, the travel speed, the HP, things like that. So I feel like the debuff that Marco provides is better. The debuff for Marco is definitely better, but the trade-off is that even though Isabella's debuff is a little bit less, like there's a little bit more to gain there per se for your other marches, the benefit that Isabella provides is that she's going to buff the person that you're pairing her with a lot more, because Marco only gives... 27% attack, 22% move speed, and then other than that, it's things like shields, HP cut, and things like that as well. So if you want to buff the march that you're pairing her with more, go Isabella. If you care more about just cutting the enemy and making it easier to kill the enemy, go Marco. But then also, one other con is that you need to be targeted on Marco in order to reap the benefit, where on Isabella, you don't need to be targeted. So I would say that you also have more consistent benefit from Isabella and less consistent from Marco. But that's kind of like the gain versus the trade-off. Like, you risk not being targeted and not getting any benefit at all with Marco. But when you do get the benefit, it's better. It's much better than Isabella's. Whereas with Isabella, it is a consistent impact that you get. Where'd you get cores from? You have to do the leader roulette, and you have to scroll up here. So you have to do at least 300 to get cores, 400, 550, and 750. Love the new changes. Do you think Boyd and Ethan are still top tier for Garrison? Yeah, I'm not changing that at all for me. For infantry Garrison, yeah, Boyd and Ethan is disgusting. It's disgusting, because you get so much sustain out of Boyd, but then the skill damage bonus just increases Ethan's damage like an insane amount, and it's AoE on top of it. And Ethan gives you defense, which a lot of hero pairs that you pair for Boyd, even on infantry, don't provide. And you get the AoE benefit. So yeah, Boyd and Ethan is still my favorite. It is. Okay, yo, Mars, you here? Should we do this now? Sorry, man, I totally said that and then got distracted. Let's do one refinery. Let's do one refinery thing real quick. We'll do it for Mars, and then we'll jump over. Would you put Awakened Isabella with strongest field range march Sophie, or put her in the middle strength marches and put... I would put her on your strongest march to make a tactical nuke out of them. And whether that be a Sophie or a Ethan or Louis... Like with Ethan, the benefit that you get is that you get double AoE benefiting from the bonus skill damage. The benefit from Louis is that he already has 30% bonus skill damage and high rage regen, so you're going to be just like spamming that AoE that he has quite frequently. The benefit with Sophie is that she also applies a debuff and stuff, so you can kind of pair her a few different ways. Yo, what's up, Wazar? All right, Mars, let's crank your Oh, no. You can't do it anymore. I don't think you can do it anymore, man. No way. They locked it down completely. You can't do it anymore.
No way. That's crazy. Well, there goes our series. That was fun while it lasted. I can understand not doing the auction house, but not smithing is also... Well, I mean, I guess. No, it's entrusted. It doesn't really matter which... Try smith, I'll try. This is Sag. It will be Sag if true. Count entrustment. Now I'll even switch to his other one. Refinery and smith. Okay, I'll try it. Let me see. You could be right. It could make it to where you just aren't able to modify in there. Let's see. Confirm. Refinery. I'm gonna collect these for you. Smith. Nope. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. Yeah, I got you guys too much luck, apparently. Sorry, guys. They hate us now. They hate us. That's so crazy that you can't smith, because you're not even, like, doing anything. Like, I'm not using something that you weren't going to use anyways, and they're all percentage-based luck regardless. That doesn't... Okay, like, does that mean, then, that the luck that you have in refinery is attached to the person doing it? Otherwise, like, why would that matter? If someone goes into your account and trusted, and you have 200 of those things to smelt and they craft it, if it's all luck-based, it doesn't matter whether you do it or I do it. Just make it to where they can't delete the items. But if you can't smith as well, is your luck attached to the person doing it? Otherwise, why else would they do that? Because again, if I go into your account and trusted, and I can't go into the squad equipment part or auction house to delete items or recycle them or list them for sale or anything like that at all, I understand that. But if I can't smith them, it doesn't matter whether you smith them or I smith them, it's all luck based. Well, fuck, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I tried. I'm assuming, like, honestly, they're very lazy with coding on this game. So, it wouldn't really surprise me. And you can already see that lazy coding with Rubina and the skin, because typically with hero skins, they change the hero skills. Now, Rubina is so new that there's an argument to say, oh, well, this hero skin shouldn't change the skill. And I would totally agree. You're absolutely right. But why would you have a note here that says activating the skin to enjoy buffs used to replace skills? That note right there makes it seem like, hey, when you use this skin, it should change skills. Which, yes, also makes sense, because if you go to the skins and go to the rest of these, like Louis, for example, if you go to his skin, it says the same thing. And lo and behold, it changes his skills. But it doesn't change it on Rubina. Now, you did one of two things wrong. You either made it to where it should change the skills, or the skin should change the skills, like this note says, and you didn't include it and you fucked up. Or you fucked up and this is only supposed to be a cosmetic skin and it's not supposed to change the skills, and your coding laziness made it to where this appears here and is giving you a false sense of what this should be doing. Either way, they are time and time again shown that they are terribly lazy when it comes to coding. Terribly lazy. And this refinery thing is probably one of those. Yeah, dude, like, I don't fucking know what they're doing, man. Well, Chico, I was gonna do your refinery for you, but I'm locked out. They have made it to where you cannot smelt other people's shit, apparently, so. And again, with Rubina, we have an open-ended question. Is it supposed to change the skills for her? Or is this just a cosmetic skin? If it's a cosmetic skin, get rid of this note here, because it's false advertisement as a merchant. This is a false advertisement as a merchant, and this would be grounds for you as a consumer. You have consumer protections in place to where you should not be misled on the purchases that you are making on from an online retailer or any retailer of that matter.
Because if I'm purchasing this skill because it says activate skin to enjoy buffs used to replace skills, I as a consumer am led to believe that this is going to change the skills that I am putting the skin on for. And if I get this skin and it turns out to be a cosmetic skin, I was misled in my purchase based on the verbiage that they have, and I have consumer protection laws in place that protect against that. Or this should be changed into skills, like the note says, and it doesn't, and I was sold something that was not according to what I was sold. It's not behaving the way that I was led to intend to believe that it should. There are so many opportunities to sue IGG based on the way that they handle their online business and retailing, man. Like, there are businesses that get in far more trouble for far less. Far more trouble for far less. They are treading on eggshells when it comes to legal issues. I know this because the primary company that I worked at for 7 years is one of the largest online retailers in the world. So I am more than aware, as somebody that worked on the order management team that operated within and handled escalated issues between the online web design team, the back-end development team, order support teams, things like that. I've operated within all those teams. I know how easy it is to have lawsuits come in just because you marketed an item and you added an extra zero, you marked the price wrong, you put the wrong description in, there's the wrong SKU, you said that it was in stock and it wasn't. Like, there are so many consumer protection laws in place that what these guys do with their lazy coding and stuff like that, they are just setting them up to be shut out of business. And that's the crazy part, is that everybody that has consumed on this game or purchased on this game would be entitled to compensation for it. Because they put this message and ad in front of everybody. They are treading on very thin ice here with things like this. And I brought that up to them actually back in the day when I told them that Jonathan and Jacob weren't working with their skills. I brought that up. Like, after they stopped, like, you could tell that I was pretty much just getting just like a default copy and paste response. I was like, well, then let me let you know that these heroes have been out for 8 months. People bought these heroes, spent real money on TC, on hero fragments and things like that, you know, getting these heroes, awakening these heroes and things like that, because based on the skills that you have provided in the skill messages, these skills should operate this way. I have proof to show you, and I have tried telling you time and time again, these skills are not working as advertised, and in most cases, they're not working at all. And so you sold heroes to consumers saying that, hey, this hero will do this, and they do not do that at all. And I'm telling you right now, I will follow through with legal action on behalf of the consumers to protect the consumers if you do not fix this and correct it. Because you sold a product incorrectly and falsely advertised a product to however many consumers that you have, and they consumed it, and you're not doing anything to fix it, and you're not interested in fixing it. And lo and behold, what happened a week later? It got fixed. They're gonna fix you being timid. I saved that in my pocket. Like, I don't want to just go forward with legal action or threaten legal action every time as like the forward card. But if you blatantly express that you just don't give a flying fuck and you're just going to be lazy about it and you don't care about your consumers like they were doing when I brought up the Victor or the Jacob and the Jonathan skills being broken, like, I had to go through 7 tickets getting the same response every single time and them saying, oh, we checked it, there's nothing wrong with it. They checked it, nothing wrong with it. And I'm like, I literally have a video of me explaining it to you like you're a 5-year-old in a 3-minute video that it's broken, and here's the proof that it's broken and not working, and just either not working as advertised or not working at all. And you are blatantly sitting here and telling me that I'm incorrect, even though it's your game. I'm going off of the information you're providing to prove to you that it's not working. What are you looking at that's telling you that it's working and telling me that it's not? And when they just wouldn't give me an answer, I said, okay, well then this is what comes next. And then they fixed it. And then I think I got 300 diamonds. Oh, thank you for bringing that up as an issue. Here's compensation. Like, go fuck yourself. Fucking IGG, man. They also deleted and previewed some of the heroes from the list in the updates. Still don't know why. I heard about that. But I haven't seen it myself. Is that on this screen here? Like this not recruited section, I think someone said? I haven't been able to pinpoint it because I haven't seen it myself. Huh. Interesting. No, I haven't seen it myself. If it's happening to you and you can screenshot it and send it in the Discord, or in the group Discord or whatever I have, you should do it because again, like someone brought that up last night and I had no idea what they were talking about. It's if they stay like this, we're gonna say IGG. We're gonna say GG to them soon. Yeah. Like I said, it's very thin ice. All it takes is one person that either is legal counsel themselves, like they're a lawyer, or they're very familiar with legal processes and legal due process, or they own a company and they've been on the receiving end of that before, and so they're familiar with the consumer protection laws and stuff. All it takes is pissing off the wrong person one time, and this whole thing would shut down. They would be on their ass like white on rice. This game would cease to exist. Like, they think their stocks are doing bad now. Wait until you piss off the wrong person. I don't want to log into your account. Like, I would never put someone in a position to where, like, I'm obviously not going to do anything malicious or anything like that at all. But I would never want to put someone in a position where that could happen. So again, just take a screenshot of it and put it in the Discord. You and your account safety are the most important things. My not recruited used to have 10, now only 8. Oh, shit. What heroes are missing? You could see in someone entrusted you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, that potentially. As long as they didn't lock that down also. Oh, yeah, sure. We can check and see if it works in entrusted. Yeah, by all means. Totally fine. As long as you're cool with it. Yeah, by all means. By all means. I have not drank any water today. I'm only drinking coffee, and I know that's terrible for me. But here we are. I've got fucking IGG giving me a fucking crash out because this is another stupid, lazy coding. Like, I enjoy this game so much, and it's like, you can tell that so many of you and so many people in the community care about this game that, like, when they just, like, slap you in the face with just obvious laziness, it's just like, oh my god, it pisses me off, man. You get so much money from this fucking game. Like, at least give half a fuck about it. Cedric is missing on one of my accounts. On one of your accounts. So is it showing on another one? Like, is it different per person? This is crazy. What? Is it different for every person? It's not just like specific heroes for everybody? Yeah, Mars. Yeah. Happy to. Let me take a look at this issue first, so I'm a bit more in the know on this, because I did have a couple people message me on this as well in game, and I couldn't even reply to them because I had no idea what they were talking about. So let me see if I can see this firsthand, and then yeah, I'm totally fine. Yo, Mars, did you go to NM49 by the way? Did you follow all that? The silver keys in Wasteland for the chests do not open when you get them. Really? I don't think I've had that problem. Okay. You know what? I'm going to be fully transparent there as well. Just like the fishing event, I don't typically do Wasteland the way I probably should. I'm very passive with it. I actually am going to be doing it more now because I'm trying to build out the Pluto jellyfish. But admittedly, just hand in the air, being honest here, I haven't been playing it for a while, like, attentively. So if you've experienced that, I can't say I've experienced it, and that's not to say that it's unique to you. It could be a known issue, but I would be the last person you probably want to talk to about it because, again, I haven't really been attentive to it. I apologize. If you have got the hero, then it will show. Interesting. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'll try it for you guys, no problem.
don't mind doing that. I'll give you a second. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I like YP a lot in NM49, but I will say, you guys going to Region 49 was not expected at all. I'm happy for you guys. It doesn't do anything to me. It's just the last thing I expected. Out of anywhere you guys would go, I would say 49 is probably one of the better places to go. Like I said, I like YP a lot. YP is sick. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I'm getting got a text from my mom. I don't text her as much as I probably should, considering we live on the opposite side of the countries from each other. Let me do this too as well, guys. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Before we proceed, I need to open up YouTube and Twitch and change the title of my stream because we can't do the refinery, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry about that. I don't want anyone else to come in here thinking that we are, though. I don't want to mislead anyone on this, so let me at least update the titles on the streams real quick. Give me 1 second, sorry. Okay, save. There we go. Okay. Let's jump into this and see. What's up, Rocks? Jacob is the same. Okay, so what are some of the heroes you guys are seeing not on the list? So far I've seen Jacob. Or so far I'm hearing Jacob, so far I'm hearing Cedric. Are there any others? Could it be any hero, or are there specific heroes that this is happening with? There are definitely some missing. I have 56 heroes, and I got 10 heroes in the recruit, but the total is 70. Oh, shit. Interesting. Derek 1164 is my home. I was there for like 2 years, and I come with Necro. Wait, Necro went there? Necro was in, like, the German Necro? The guy I started in Region 23 with? Boyd, Cedric. Oh my god, it's everything? Wait, who am I missing then? I definitely don't have every hero. I'm in Samuel's off-limit team again. I'm going to build our off-limit team on the next one, but I was giving people more time to respond. I'm playing 3 UTC today. I was going to do 19 UTC, but I don't quite know if I have anything to do tomorrow. My sister just moved in yesterday, so I'm trying to leave my Saturday and Sunday free in case we have to do anything to help her. There are a couple things that I need to go do. I need to go pick up some screws from Lowe's and stuff for a TV mount and stuff like that for her. So I'm trying to leave my Saturday and Sunday open. So I'm doing 3 UTC tonight. Oh, that's crazy. He's there as well. Hey, tell that man I said hi. I was just talking to him on Discord. I miss the hell out of that guy. He's so awesome. I love that guy. Rubina. IGG did a post about the missing heroes. Something about the TC heroes, and they will appear again when the TC happens for the troop type. Interesting. So, like, Cedric isn't here. Do you have Cedric? Oh, no. Oh, you do. So who did you say you're missing on this one? I gotta scroll up here. Who did you say you're missing on this one? Oh, Jacob. Yours is Jacob. So you don't have Jacob up here. And you don't... Oh, wow. That's what it looks like. Okay. That's crazy. What? And Jacob is the TC hero. Oh, so it's just TC heroes then. Riven also. Oh, yeah. Riven is a TC hero. I forgot about that. I don't know why I always think that Riven's the roulette one. She's just a TC hero without cores. That's crazy. What? Hold on. I'm trying to think. Do I have anybody that is TC that I don't have? No, I got Rick. I got Boyd. I got Ethan. I got Rick, Boyd, Ethan, Stella, Chasey, Riven, Jacob, Bard, Sven, I don't think I think I have every TC one, I think. Jonathan, Rabina, Cedric. Yeah, but is it just TC, not roulette? Regarding the missing heroes, IG has issued a statement. They will appear. Okay, I see. I see. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. 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 That's crazy. I mean, it's good that they at least addressed it, but yeah, I know that he quit the game. Mars. I know. He always wants me to play other games with him. He plays another mobile game that he always talks to me about wanting me to play, but I'm kind of too invested in this one. I'm elbow deep. The fuck TC's called Terror Culture? Huh. Oh yeah, no, you're right. I never even... Terror Culture? Why is it not called Top Command? Wait, hello? You guys call it Terror Culture? Out in Baguette Land? I'm missing Stella, Cedric, Rick, Riven, Bard, Jonathan. Yeah, okay, so it is TC Heroes, not Roulette. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Lost or something, he told me about it. Sass. Yeah, I don't know. That one's just not for me. Based on that list, Mosin, yeah, it's probably just TC Heroes, not Roulette. Couldn't think of the word. I think it's a code bug related to the new rule about new heroes only being used after 50 days of Federation age. That would make sense. They're just not querying it properly. That would make sense. Like, I could see that. It's detecting on... It's like, is it supposed to be detecting if your account's beyond 50 days or whatever, and they just put that query wrong? It's just not showing at all. It's just some of them. My farm has Chasey and Ethan in the unclaimed section, but none of the others. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. So it's just not really consistent across the board. Some roulette, too. Okay, okay. Interesting. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me know on that. Like I said, people had only reached out yesterday, and they were like, hey, is there any updates with this, or have you heard about this? And I'm like, you're like the fourth message I've had about it, but I don't know what the hell is happening. I haven't seen it. Let me switch over to this one real quick here. Get it on a bigger screen. Oh, whoops, hold on, sorry. Bang, there we go. Okay. Mars, you wanted a full account review, right? Is that what we're doing here? Is there anything in particular, Mars, that you want me to take a look at or go over for you? Like direction on anything in particular? Is this your... No, this is your account, okay. Like, is there any part that you want me to highlight, like heroes or... Like heroes, beasts? Is there like any specific part that you're like mostly concerned about, or just in general? Sorry, I probably should ask that more specifically the first time I asked. If you have 0 frags to hero, they will not show. But even if you have 1 frag, they do show because it reconciles the list with your bag. Oh! Interesting. So if you have no trace of the hero at all, it's just not popping up. I see. Interesting. Okay, okay. Look at you. You got it all figured out. Heroes, wise, and beasts. Okay. We're running 2 infantry, 2 ranged, 1 rider. Now, how accurate is that? Not very accurate. Okay. In the field, are you just running a generalized account of 1 ranged, 1 rider, 1 infantry, or how are you doing your ranged play?
Because I see that this is only like 300k. I see that this is 1 mil, and I see that this is 2 mil. I just don't know if you're missing armament sets here. Are you just like a fairly balanced account, or is there anything you're focusing on? Because your arm or your parts tell me that you're infantry based, but you do have 1 infantry march. That's not your set? Am I missing something? Oh, you think Bun changed it? I see. Okay, let's go here then. So is this the proper set? Okay. So we are quite a bit out away from running 3 infantry and 1 range and 1 rider, right? Like, we can acknowledge that. What I would do right now is focus on everything that you can do to set yourself up for success when that time comes, but drive impact in terms of what you have in the immediate. So I would continue working on this 1 infantry armament set until you probably get it to at least 4.5 or 5 mil. Ideally until you have like a gold 5-star in every slot and the Hones have all gold in every slot. Because if you go out there and you send 5 marches to the field right now, or even 3 marches or 2 marches, whatever have you, you're going to be filling up your hospital, as opposed, you're going to be, the ratio between how many kills you get versus how quickly you're filling up your hospital isn't going to really make too much sense for you. I would just hyper focus on getting the 1 march done, getting 5-star gold pieces in every slot, getting them honed out to try to get gold values in each one, then move on to a second set. And because you're going to be focusing on 3 infantry, I would focus on 3 infantry marches first and foremost, and getting 3 infantry sets done first. Now, the reason that I would do that is because it doesn't make sense for you to go into your squad equipment and start building out your infantry equipment, and then while at the same time be building out a rider armament, while at the same time building out a ranged garage, right? Like, let's focus on 1 troop type first. All right. So I would get this infantry march up to 4.5 mil. Again, basically to the point where you have a gold in every slot and your Hones are looking good, right? Do that first and foremost. Get it all to 5 stars. Get the Hones in a decent place. Then start working on a second infantry march. Hero wise, you have Miyamoto and Bodala, which is okay. But we can make that better by running a Miyamoto and Eileen, or a Miyamoto and a Dut. In this case, I think your Eileen is awakened. All right. So, well, almost. So get your Miyamoto armaments going. Get Eileen to be able to put behind him, so it's a high damage march or higher damage march. Do that for your first pair, and do that for your armaments. Then from there, in terms of your garage, the focus is going to be getting all these to tier 3 level 1, right? Once they're all tier 3 level 1, get your infantry defense 1 to tier 3 level 10, and this one to level 10, then we can start looking at the other ones. But for now, all of them to tier 3 level 1 is the main priority, right? In your squad equipment, I would go for a gold, and the cheapest option here really is a gold with attack in 2 slots, so double infantry squad attack in 2 slots, and ideally, if you can find them, attack in the upper as well. So attack, 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 right? That's going to be, you can get those for super cheap, not expensive at all, because there's a lot of people that get those. There's a lot of them for sale. Get a double infantry attack in each slot, or a triple attack with 1 being in the basic attributes if you can. So 2 attack down here, 1 attack up top. That's what you want to do there. You know what to do with the heroes. Your armaments, you're going to focus on your 1 set. In this side of things, I would run this purple saber and get this purple rhino, get both of them to maxed out. Then from there, pivot and either get your gold rhino or your gold saber up. Once your gold saber or gold rhino gets to +7 in their tier or above, then use it to replace the saber as lead, and then either use your maxed rhino or your maxed saber and support. It doesn't really matter. But do that. Run a purple saber and a purple rhino on your main march. Once you get a gold saber, gold rhino to tier 7 or above, use them to replace your lead purple. And then I would just build crit chips on leader and support at that point. Not have to worry about anything else. Make it easy for you. That's what I would do. And you're already saying in chat, I can see that that's what you're focused on at the moment. So if you're doing that, you're doing the right thing. That would be your next 3 to 6 months of feedback that I would give you as you start to get to those thresholds and some of those, what would you call them? Milestones. Let me know and we'll adjust the feedback and go from there. We'll switch it up for you. Oh, cool. Thanks, Rocks. Appreciate you. No, I haven't seen it, but I'll take a look at that. But I mean, you already translated it, so we're all good there. Nope, no worries at all, Geo. Geoff, did we do your stuff? I can't remember now, man. I'm so sorry. I can't remember if we did or not. I keep hearing bring, bring, bring. Oh, there it is. Okay. My chat thing was just delayed for a sec. Yeah, no worries at all. Happy to help. Happy to help. May have to bounce here in a minute because I don't want my sister to be waiting too long. I want her to be able to mount her TV, so I need to go with her to get some screws from Lowe's. But totally willing to answer any other questions or anything you guys may have in the meantime, if you guys have any in the immediate. Just if there's not anything in the immediate, then I'm gonna go take care of that. You did? Okay, cool. Cool. Just making sure I didn't leave you hanging because I know that you're here in the stream, so cool. I will be streaming later on tonight again. There's a couple things I need to take care of and want to take care of today first to make sure she's taken care of and in a good place before I get too wrapped up. If I get the leader armaments, can I put any gold equipment to 5-star it? Only the legendaries. You have to use superbs to level up those bonus superb ones. So like when I was upgrading when I was upgrading the Marco ones, I had to use the legacy, I'm going to call them legacy, but the original superb pieces. So in order to get this to 5 stars, I had to use 10 pieces of this. So I had to use these to upgrade that. And it should be the same for the leader, which actually someone made a comment to me that they weren't able to upgrade the new leader armaments with the superbs, and I wanted to check that. I don't know if I have any superb leg pieces though to test. Let me see. I do. And it does work. So whatever they were mentioning earlier has either been fixed or incorrect. So as you can see, here's the new leader superb pieces. You use legacy superb pieces to upgrade them from leader. Let me take a screenshot of this to show that it's working to whoever messaged that to me and let them know that it's either been fixed or it is working as intended. Your refinery, yes, Valasara, let's address that too. Valasara, can you send me another message with your arena report, please? And biohazard event development, is it better to just go for 150 chests or keep going to 250? I would go for 250. Now, the reason that I would go for 250, as someone that has done this myself many a times, is that if you just go to 150, right, you've essentially spent, like, what is that, like 60? Hold on, I have to figure that out. 150 divided by 250. You've spent 60% of the way to get to here, and the rewards are 50% higher than this. I would just go all the way. Like, it's so hard and far and few between to get OC chips unless you're doing this event or unless you win in off limits or you buy the packs or whatever have you. Like, it's so hard to get those anyways that the rewards that you get in return for getting the guaranteed, like, you're going to get OC fragments as well along the process of going from 150 to 250, and then you have a guaranteed 15 choice as well to then put that into whatever you want. I would personally go to 250. If you're already going to 150 anyways, go to 250. And if that means that maybe you have to skip and you only do that every other off limits, like where you actually push but you actually go to 250, I would still say that that's worth it. Because for one, that also sets you up for a better chance to rank higher in the actual ranking itself because of the bonus spend. You talked about something like 2% squad damage is better than red attack hones. Is that only for your account is fully built? Should never players focus on attack more as they build? So I'm glad you brought that up, Sean. That's actually a really good question. So the best way to explain that, right, is I'm gonna have to use paint for this, and hopefully you're okay with me doing that. But let me show you why that's actually a really good point. This. Okay. So the reason why that is valid is that your damage is, let's do, how do I want to do this? So this is going to be the base amount of damage that a skill does. Now this is like your damage factor, whatever have you. So if we're looking at the game, so let's say, for example, we're looking at, where was I looking? Oh yeah, at a hero. Let's say we're on here. The damage factor is 13,750. That's going to be like the base damage. That is then going to be multiplied against your attack, right? And that's going to then increase it to a certain number, right? We'll just do like this. It's going to be some kind of number, right? Then that number itself is then going to be multiplied by things like squad damage, or skill damage, etc., 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 right? Now, what you're saying is that there are times that players should be focusing on this instead of this right here. Yes, absolutely. This right here, specifically this part, is most important the further along that your account is. Now, we can see that with math, right? Now, let's say, for example, that your base attack is 2,000 or does 2,000 damage, right? So we're going to have 2,000 damage here for a base times, we'll say that the multiplier for attack is, we'll say it's, let's say that you hyper focus, in this case on squad damage, and your attack lets you multiply it by 1, right? Like that's just it. Like we'll just do something simple like 2 times 2, or whoops, 2,000 times 2. So times 2, because we're going to be running a scenario here where, or again, this is like the I'm hyper focusing on squad damage scenario. So that's going to equal 4,000 damage times, we'll just say that it is times 4, because we're hyper focusing on this instead, right? Just going to be 4,000 times 4. I mean, we can already tell that's going to be 16,000, right? So 16,000 damage. Okay. Now, let's take a scenario where instead of doing that, you do the flip and you focus on attack instead. We'll do the same multipliers. Let's say you get this one way up and you get it times 4 equals 8,000, right? And then because you didn't focus on the squad damage, you have less of that. It's times 2, which equals, oh, look at that. Same thing, 16,000. Now, let's say that you balance it out, right? You already know that you're getting a lot of attack from your research, from your heroes, from your armaments, from your garage, all those things. And let's say that you balance it out and you decide to go times 3 equals 6,000. Now, what is 6,000 times 3 if you balance it out with the squad damage as well? Oh, that's 18,000. So, as you can see, the best approach to building your account is not hyper-focusing on squad damage or on attack. It's actually balancing the two of them. So, this squad damage becomes more beneficial as this is already raised, right? You don't want to get a bunch of squad damage if your attack is low, because you're multiplying a high multiplier versus a low value, while at the same time, You don't want to only solely focus on your base damage or your base attack and stuff, because if you don't have a multiplier for it, you're going to get the same results. But if you already know that you're getting a lot of attack, again, from your research, from your hero skills, from your hero talents, from your garage, from your armaments, from your refinery, those types of things, then all of a sudden squad damage becomes much more viable. So for accounts that are building, go into this first and foremost. You want to get this number up. You want to get this number up first and foremost when building an account. So yes, focus on attack to get this portion up there. Then as your account is built out, you already have your armaments already honed in, you have your garage start to be built out and stuff like that, and you can actually make a choice to go for this directly in refinery, then it becomes more important. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot of information, but hopefully that makes sense. For early accounts, it is more important to go for this value first. You want to get the base value up, because there's only a couple places that you can focus on getting squad damage. That is your white equipment part in your backpack. That is the rare hone on gold equipment in your armaments, your equipment pieces. So right here, squad damage, or in your refinery. But you can get attack from so many other places. So attack early on, then balance out and get squad damage from your refinery. Aim to get the squad damage in your armament hones and stuff like that on your equipment. Get the white part for squad damage, that kind of a thing. WEF, World's Existential Foe. Prioritize damage or damage reduction or attack on squad equipment for refinery. For squad equipment for infantry, if you are a rally player or a field player, doesn't really matter whether you're infantry, rider, ranged, anything like that. Your primary focuses are going to be attack and squad damage. If you are a garrison player, then your focus becomes more on squad damage reduction. Don't mind my writing. Or defense. We can save them by buying 10 with gems every time. $540 research. You are crazy, bro. Oh, searches? Oh. I max out the OC thing all the time. Or the, it's because I'm trying to get my I'm trying to get these OC chips maxed out on my Otachi. Because the, what's it called? The 4-piece array can proc on corrosion for Frost Edge. Corrosion and combo. Like, I really want to have this thing 6-star OC'd as soon as possible as well. So, yeah, I max it out. Where do you see how many spins I've done? I mean, obviously, oh, 536. I mean, it's all sold out. This is the only thing I do in off limits, really. Or not off limits, whatever this thing is. Biohazard. Because if you so for WEF, if you focus on defense or damage reduction and stuff like that in the field, now think about it, right? Like when you're in the field and you're running 5 marches or 3 marches, 2 marches, 1 march, whatever it is, when you're in the field, typically or ideally, obviously there's scenarios where you're playing by yourself, but in a lot of cases, you're playing in murder balls with your alliance in Genesis War, with your alliance in Island Raid, or with your legion or your faction in AR, right? You're fighting in a murder ball, and the whole point is that you're using 5 marches to target 1 march, right? If you're using the control all feature. Now, if you're using 5 marches to flank on 1 march, and the whole idea is to get that march killed as soon as possible, why would you go at them and then reluctantly pull back on your damage, because like basically just saying like, instead of maximizing the damage that I can do and killing that march as quick as possible because I'm not being targeted, let me hold off on 30% of my damage output and instead make my march last longer, or make my my march sustain more damage. That doesn't really make any sense if they're not targeting you anyways. And even if they do target you, what do you think is better? Your 4 other marches doing the exact same thing where they're holding back on their damage output and potential, and letting your 1 march just get targeted, or just again maximizing like the damage output, making yourself more of a glass cannon. If your march is gonna die, your march is gonna die. If you're in a murder ball and you get targeted by the murder ball, it doesn't matter whether you have 50% defense or 500% defense. Your march is gonna die, right? Like there's too many marches hitting you. You're not gonna out sustain it. But what you can do is make it to where while you're not getting targeted or whatever have you, you're just maximizing the damage output that you're doing and making your trades as good as possible. That's kind of where the focus should be. For range, should I use equipment with multiple basic attack damage or squad attack? I would say attack is better for ranged, just simply because like range toolkit, like as we know, a lot of it comes from skill damage. So like for example, Sophie increases the amount of skill damage that they take. Bard, when he's on rallies, increases the amount of skill damage that he does. I mean, like Ethan increases the skill damage of his AoE skills. Like there's so much skill damage increase and a huge emphasis when it comes to range on their skill damage, and attack is going to scale that as well, right? So you're either going to get ranged squad damage or ranged attack, and ranged attack is also going to help scale the skill damage, as opposed to basic attack damage isn't going to scale it. The only real time that I would say that basic attack damage should be isolated and focused on is if you're a rider player and Chasey is a main component of your whole operation. So like if you consistently rally with Chasey, or you're a Chasey Garrison main player, then basic attack damage becomes something that you should focus on, because her basic attack damage scaling is the same thing as scaling skill damage for somebody else. Like that is her skill damage at that point. Flash packs is at 185 per chip. Bio Frenzy's around 2 to 2.5. Yeah, no, I understand. But Rox, I got both. Like, what do you want me to do, man? I maxed out the flash pack. I maxed out the mysterious safe. Like the only other place I'm going to get it is the development in off limits. I hear what you're saying, Rox. I 100% hear it, but I am impatient as all hell. So I'm going to have to get it from somewhere else. Like I think when I started this, it was 3-star, 3-star, and 2-star, 2-star. Now I'm 4-star, 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 and 2 away from having this 4-star as well, which I do need to try to get the 30 from up here. Plus, I think I have 20 right now, 36, so that would give me 1 more chip, which then means I at least need 3rd place here to then be able to get the extra 2 that I need. So, yeah, I'm fucked, man. I'm cooked. I appreciate that, guys. I'm glad I could help, honestly. Like, if it becomes too confusing, let me know. It is a lot of information. It has been a lot of trial and error. It has been a lot of testing to figure this out. And again, IGG does not do a good job of helping you understand the very core mechanics of their game, but I try to understand them so that then players of all spend levels and stuff like that can know how to optimize their accounts to move forward and build. This live stream will be my guide for a year, I think. You gave so much info. Thank you. No, I'm happy to help, man. If you ever need any help at all and I'm not online, either message the Discord that I have, because I always have my phone with me and I'm happy to reply there, or send me a message in game. Either one. Good points, very good points, especially since I'm mainly a field fighter for now. Yeah, totally understandable. I would say like stay away from the defense and the damage reduction unless you're Garrison, and that's mostly because Garrison, you're not going to just always be in a single rally Garrison. You're going to be multi-rally Garrison against multiple rallies in AR, or you're going to get swarmed out, that kind of a thing. Then it becomes less of a focus on how much damage can I deal, but more so like how much damage can I sustain and how much damage can I reduce, because a lot of your damage output then comes from your Legion swarming the rallies or your Legion counter rallying the rallies, that kind of a thing. So then it becomes less important on you dealing damage and more important on just making sure they don't break and take the checkpoint that you're garrisoning or the tower that you're on, that kind of a thing. So that's where those stat differences can kind of come from, or stat priority. Sent you 2 reports when you talk about basic, so less scrolling. Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, so here's a primary example, right? So I helped Meatwagon with his rider build, and this is him on Garrison. And if I recall, yeah, so here is him on Garrison, 6.5 to 11 mil with Chasey Ethan, where he has rider squad damage, rider squad defense, rider damage reduction, counter damage, damage reduction, defense. So you can see that with the damage reduction and defense and stuff like that, there's a huge emphasis and focus on that, while also having some generalized squad damage, counter damage, things like that as well. So here is one scenario and one Garrison report where he focused on damage reduction, which is helpful, right? But it doesn't necessarily complement Chasey's kit. It's a 6.5 to 11. If we go to after we did his account, and we put an emphasis on basic attack damage, double basic attack, double basic attack, double basic attack, and double basic attack, which is what Chasey scales with. Now all of a sudden we went to 4.9 to 12 almost, right? Like it really tipped the scale. Yes, you would think in your mind, oh, he has less damage reduction, so he should take more damage, but that's not the case. Survivability comes in a lot of forms, in fact, or in a lot of shapes and sizes. It can either come from the amount of damage that you're reducing to sustain, or how quickly you're killing the enemy march. And if you have someone like Chasey that scales basic attack damage really well, and you scale that up even further, what ends up happening is that with every second that goes by and every basic attack that you're doing, you're dealing more damage, which is killing off more troops in that rally. And the less time that rally is filled from their end, the less damage they're going to do and the more damage they're going to take. So in this case, he ends up killing the rally so much faster that he takes less damage and he ends up dealing more damage in return as well. So it's the benefit there is multiplied for something like Chasey to focus on basic attack damage, because not only does it help her damage output, but it also helps her damage that she sustains because the enemy is becoming weaker and far faster. Exactly, bad guy. You can't be hurt if you kill stuff faster. They'll stop tomorrow's event to climb the rankings. Pristine life. Don't remember name. Yeah, I know. Don't fucking remind me. Please don't fucking remind me. I wanted to get this Gaia Deer up and get it going, but I don't want to have to build a complete chipset for them, even with just like standard golds. And I have so many for the water one now, because I've been building it out for Otachi. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually building out the chipset for Pluto jellyfish, and because on the chipset, when inflicting corrosion, ideally at 6 star or 5 stars, when inflicting corrosion, there's a 40% chance to grant 1 additional stack of frost edge. What I'm going to do is in the field, I'm actually going to run Otachi and the Pluto jellyfish, since they both do corrosion, and which means that they'll both grant stacks of that. And just try to run that in the field to see how much damage it does. So now I'm actually like maxing out Pluto jellyfish, and I'm trying to get this going as well. Yeah, so pray for me is all I can really say about that. Unfortunately, I need help. Actually, I should probably I wanted to be saving these potentials for grass for Garrison, but like I feel like I'm gonna end up dumping them into here. Z, what is the difference between basic attack damage, squad attack, and skill damage? It's just what it impacts. So like squad attack or troop specific attack, like infantry attack and stuff, will impact your 3 forms of damage, which is basic, counter, and skill damage. Those are the 3 forms of damage that you can do. Attack will increase all of them. Like squad damage or infantry squad damage will increase all 3 of them. Basic attack damage will only increase your basic attacks, and skill damage will only increase your skill damage, right? So your basic attacks is that white number. So like every second that goes by is 1 combat interval, right? So every 1 second, every time that you hit something, that white number that pops up, that's a combination of both the basic and the counter attack damage being dealt. So every time or every second that you're attacking a march, you're dealing basic attack damage to them. If they're attacking you, you're also doing counter attack damage to them. If they're not, you're just dealing basic attack damage. And then your skill damage is your damage factor stuff. So that could be like your rage skill. It could be like on Ethan, like his transcended skill. On Stella, it could be her 4th skill. On someone like Victor, it could be his basic attacks, have a chance to deal skill damage, that kind of a thing. That's what skill damage does. It increases your damage factor skills. Is it like rider squad attack equals basic attack plus skill damage? Yes. So rider squad attack and squad attack will increase all three of them. Correct. But it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. Just because you get 4% attack doesn't mean that all three of them go up 4%. They'll go up like a fraction of that. Squad damage, on the other hand, will increase all of them the same amount. So if you get 5% squad damage, you will increase your basic attack damage, your counter attack, and your skill damage by 5%. Squad damage is superior because, again, oh, I fucking removed that picture, didn't I? I totally did. Your attack is a multiplier of your base damage, and squad damage is a multiplier of your final damage. It just depends where in the equation does it get applied. Squad damage applies at the end, so it's the end damage multiplier, and attack multiplies against like the base damage that you're going to be dealing. Can you get multiple stacks in 1 second? Of corrosion? Yes. Every instance of corrosion damage that you trigger will trigger as a new line item. And that's something I'm covering in my beast video, actually. Cool. Awesome. So if I have Otachi and I use my active skill to deal corrosion damage and then I combo and I do it again, it applies it twice. Fun fact, since you guys are all here, this is something I covered in my beast video. Fun fact, on the pants of a superb armament, the rare hone says increases basic attack damage dealt to enemy squads with debuffs. Now, when you hear debuffs, you think of things like, oh, defense reduction, attack reduction, any debuff that, like, say, Lee is applying or Claude is applying with the HP cut, things like that. Corrosion is technically a debuff in this game. It's applied as a bleed, quote unquote, and a bleed is a debuff. So corrosion, when you apply corrosion with your beast, if you have an Otachi, if you have a jellyfish, anything that applies corrosion to the enemy, as long as they have corrosion applied to them, you actually get this 15% attack damage debuff, rare hone to proc. Fun fact. Yes, even on the OC chip buff. So corrosion is applied as quote-unquote a bleed, and a bleed is quote-unquote a debuff. And I believe that the game registers anything that deals damage over a period of time as a bleed itself. So I think Elena's rage skill is also considered a bleed. And I think... I'm trying to think. I think Elena's is the only one that is considered a bleed. Wait, so in terms of ranged garrison and ranged lead, what squad equipment buff should I be looking for? I have 3 equipments with 3 stats of ranged attack. So full attack is totally fine. Full attack would be totally fine on a ranged garrison. If your budget warrants it, then I would go attack and squad damage, because squad damage is going to impact your skill damage far more than attack will. But running a double or a triple attack is totally fine also. It won't be as effective, but it's still very effective. Like, you're not doing anything wrong by taking full attack on ranged. It's just that it could scale a little bit harder if you had ranged squad damage as one of the line items instead, is all it is. But again, like I said earlier, bougie stats come with bougie prices. So it's going to be expensive to buy, it's going to be expensive to upgrade, all of that. Mars, I can see that your message didn't pop up in my multi-stream thing, but I can see it on YouTube. So Z, when I awaken Eileen and Bodala next, what should I focus on, Boyd or Stella? I would focus on Boyd. Stella is terrible in the field. Boyd's a lot better. Now, the reason for that is that Stella's kit, when you look at Stella's kit, a lot of it operates around her War Wheel stacks, right? She generates War Wheel stacks with her second one, which increases her basic attack damage reduction that she takes. And it also, once you get 10 of them, will proc her secondary skill damage from Final Performance. If you are not getting attacked because it has to build off of a counterattack. And how do you build counterattacks? By being attacked. You have to be targeted. So if she's not targeted, her second skill never builds, which means that her fourth skill never procs, right? Which sucks. But on top of that, if you are targeted, right? If you're targeted in the field, you can't refill a field march like you can refill a rally, right? You have to bring that march back to base, reset it, which means it resets the whole process. So because of that, if you're being targeted on Stella, yes, you're building War Will stacks, yes, you're getting this off, but your squad is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, which means you're taking more and more damage, which also means you're dealing less and less damage. So her kit is just not field built at all. I would get Ethan, I would transcend his first skill and transcend his second skill, so you have the skill damage in the field, and use this instead. Hi Z, I do Garrison, and I have 3 skills on my Chasey super weapon. Should I do the last skill on her weapon, or should I focus on Rick's super weapon and leave Chasey weapon on 3 skills? I would... That's a damn good question, actually. I would do Chasey first, and the reason why I would do Chasey first is that Chasey's kind of unique. Is that after she gets fully transcended, what ends up happening is that the Phantom Feline has a 100% chance to inflict charm, which is this right here. So instead of having a 30% chance to reduce the damage that you're taking from a primary rally or march or whatever have you, it's 100% uptime. So now all of a sudden, instead of having 15% damage reduction chance or on a 30% chance or whatever have you with a basic attack, now all of a sudden it's just up 100% of the time that the damage that rally that you're focusing, it reduces that damage to the deal by 15%. So I would do Chasey first for that 100% uptime, especially since you're a Garrison. Hi Z, I have 3 infantry marches: Adet Miyamoto, Bodala Riven, and Thunder Bianca. Is it a good march? I mean, Thunder is kind of outclassed at the moment, so if you can switch Thunder, great. You also don't really have any debuffs in that mix, which is kind of like where infantry thrives. So you either get that from the HP cut from Marco, or you get that from the HP cut from Claude, that kind of a thing. I would probably get Eileen as soon as possible, and I mean, you can get Boyd too. I feel like this is more of like a budgeted type of setup, right? Yeah, I would get Eileen as soon as possible to get rid of the Thunder, is the best piece of advice I can give you. And then I would also get Claude next. Then what I would do is I would run like a Bodala, Bianca, and then Eileen and Claude is what I would do to mix that up a little bit. Or an Eileen and Miyamoto and a Dut and Claude, and then just keep the Bodala and Bianca. But Thunder is kind of outclassed at the moment, and Riven isn't that great in the field as opposed to like a Claude or an Eileen. So I would do that. Z, if I spent only on the 2 packs in Journey of Oz event, how many leader armaments I can get, and how much will be the second pack value? Oh shoot, I don't know how many you'll get because that's completely luck based. I don't really know how much the second pack value is either because I kind of skimmed past it. So I apologize. I can't really answer that one. I mean, it's best to just do the weekly value packs for sure, like especially if you're budgeting. But like what you obtain is completely luck based. Completely luck based. Does Bodala will work with him as an assistant? And oh, do you recommend Claude or that new girl? I would recommend Claude first and foremost. And Bodala would work totally fine with Boyd because, for one, there's a double synergy there. With Bodala, anytime that you have a shield, and you get flat damage reduction, which complements the fact that Boyd has multiple of them. And then also you get the shield reflect. So Bodala's shield taking damage would also reflect damage from Boyd's Awakened skill. So that'd be totally fine. And I would recommend Claude over the new girl. Far cheaper and very, very effective. Please share your 5 infantry squads on field with leader and assist choices. I don't use 5 infantry in the field. I only use 3. And I use this setup here. He attacked me again. Sorry, buddy. Not gonna happen. This is my setup that I use in the field. You what?
I put some nuggets in for her.
Okay, I can get them.
Joey said she wanted some too, so there's
Multiple in there. Yeah, I get it.
just, yeah, when that's done.
Okay. I'll set a timer. 10. You said 10? Okay. Yeah, so this is the setup that I use. I'm trying to get all the heroes that I missed when I was not playing. I get that. No problem at all, Hector. Claude is less expensive and still helpful. Yeah, exactly what Rock said. I mean, like, the new girl is very effective, don't get me wrong. But one of the downsides to her is that even with just her first rage skill, if you don't have cores and have her transcended to at least transcend one skill, her first skill only applies the damage received debuff on 3 marches. After you transcend her, then it applies to 5, which sucks because now you have to try to get cores. Then you also have to use more fragments to then transcend the skill after you upgrade the weapon with the cores, things like that. Like, it just becomes a lot more expensive. Like, I would just go for Claude. Claude is so effective. Claude is so good, especially for the price. No, I haven't forgotten. Girlfriend just told me that she put chicken nuggets in for the little one and her. I guess my sister wanted chicken nuggets too. So they're both getting dino nuggets, and that's the 10-minute timer that I set when they come out. And then when she's done eating, we'll go pick up some screws for her. I haven't forgot. No worry at all, Ganesh. No worry at all. Got a message from Chico. Man, they better fix that crafting shit back to what it was. And it was trash as fuck. Getting there slowly. I could use this one to replace mine, but I'm going to try to be a bit more patient, see if I can get the better base success of 2 homes. Better basic stats. You know what? You know, that one ain't too shabby. Outgoing counter damage is what you don't want, but incoming counter is totally fine since that'll reduce the damage you take from, say, a Stella or Riven garrison, and in the field the counter damage taking while not targeted. So oh, and you do 3 red, so you use some universal cores. No, I didn't use any universal cores. No, I didn't. I should still have, yeah, I only have 12. I didn't use any. What do you mean? What you mean, big guy? No, I would do the new hero over Bianca. Bianca would be your tier 3 one. I would say Claude over an untranscended Isabella over a Bianca. Just a question. Is it logical that a person, for example, infantry player, is bringing out 5 marches infantry? Yeah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. And honestly, it's when you think about it like holistically, it's probably the cheapest thing to do, because then you only need to get 1 set of white parts. You only really need to focus on getting, I mean, like, even with the way that I tell people to do, you're going to upgrade these as well, but you really only have to focus on 2 as your primary focus, and then getting these other ones on the side. You only have to focus on 1 set when it comes to your refinery. Like, in terms of like when you're saying like logistically or logically, yeah, of course it makes the most sense. It's the cheapest thing to do. Let me see. I don't quite remember, to tell you the truth, Rox, so let me ask. This I don't go to the AI assistant for nothing, but it does tell you that accurately. How many cores hero cores do you need to upgrade an S hero's weapon to 4 to max, and how many cores per level? Hopefully it fucking understands what I'm saying. Because isn't it like, whatever, like 500? Yeah, 500 of them. So 50, 90, 140. So yeah, it's 280 cores. Yeah, it's 280 cores. I was going to say, it's not 300. It's 280. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. I know that the last one is 220. Yeah, it's 280. Yeah. You're drunk. It's okay. It's Friday. It's the evening. You get a pass. I got lucky a little bit. Got legendary infantry squad damage and raw. Oh wow, shit! Congrats. Holy shit, Mars. Well then maybe it's a good thing that we were blocked. Maybe the cock block today was a good thing. I'm literally doing 5 infantry squads. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you do 5 of one troop, it may not make the most sense damage wise, right? Because you're going to get more damage. Like infantry, for example, you're not going to deal out as much damage as say 5 range marches or mixing ranged into there, right? Like there's a lot of benefits that you get from mixing them. With like infantry, you get a lot of buffs and debuffs, which will then help your range marches, which are dealing high skill damage. And then with your riders, you have the opportunity to do hit and runs and use that as like a mobile march, that kind of a thing. So like logistically and holistically playing the game, it may not make the sense if you want to do a little bit of everything. But if you're just taking it from an economic standpoint, and a spending standpoint and a sustainability standpoint, of course, yeah, it definitely makes a lot of sense. For sure. If I build one rider set to 4.5 mil, what would be my next step? Should I build leader armaments or a next rider? Will purples be as good as secondary, or I just melt? I would say that you should focus on, because so you're unique, and to give context to everybody, Mosin is like 7.9 mil in the arena, right? Like it's a new account. Mosin, for you, I would get one march to 4.5, ideally about 5 mil. What you want to do is you want to have 5-star gold pieces all the way around. You don't need to worry about the device pieces, but 5-star golds all the way around and good hones on all of them. Like typically at least like all golds would be ideal. From there, build out a secondary rider march. I think you made mention that you wanted to go like majority rider on your stuff anyways. Just go majority rider. Just go 5 riders. Like that's totally fine. Unless you have an envisionment down the road that for any reason at all you all of a sudden want to have Boyd in the mix, or you want to have Marco leading, not Marco secondary, or you want to have Sophie, in your mix. So you need to have a ranged march because of her skill damage taken debuff that she puts. Anything like that. Like if you have a specific niche that you want to insert in there, then do that. If you don't have that specific need or that specific want, then just go 5 riders. That's totally fine. You can always build out the other ones down the road later on. But do it one armament set at a time. Since you're a brand new account, get one set to 4.5 or 5 mil, then build a second set to 4.5 or 5 mil. But don't put that second set into the field until it's at least like 3 mil. Otherwise, you're sending 2 marches out. The enemy sees that one of your marches dies faster than the other. They send everything to target it. Now you're filling your hospital quickly. Now you're using more resources and speed ups to heal your marches instead of using those resources and speed ups to build your base itself or your account. So do it logistically. Do it smart. Leader armament sets is hard to do. Only in the chest. You don't have an event to get them. Yes. So that's 2-parted too, Rocks. The hard part about the leader armament set is that they give generalized squad stats, so you can use it for all the troop types, which is appealing. But what you forget is then beyond that, now you have to try to get all squad everything on your hones as well. So you can't get a full leader armament set and be like, oh, well now I can use a range support behind it, and then I can switch it up the next day and use the rider squad behind it. Well, you can't do that unless all of your hones are also squad attack, squad defense, squad lethality, or squad block, because the majority of the hones that you're going to get are going to be trooper specific. You're going to get infantry squad block or infantry attack or rider attack, that kind of a thing. And if you mix it, now you've just made like a really watered down armament set that isn't nearly as good anyways. So it's much more expensive to hone a leader armament set up optimally. If you do it right and you do the spend, then yes, it becomes the best thing you've ever done, because now you have a full leader armament set that have nothing but squad stats, and you can put any support behind it that you want. Any hero comes out, it doesn't matter. It could be a rider's march one day, it could be a ranged march later that day, it could be an infantry march the next day. Doesn't matter, yes, but it is very, very, very expensive to get it to that point. Very expensive. You have to have like a very specific niche and want to do that. If I link you a weapon, could you tell me what it would sell for? You can try. I'm not an auctioneer here. I don't run the market. A weapon only sells for whatever someone's willing to pay for it, right? So it's like I can maybe give you a guess, but I don't know. Hold on. My 10-minute timer just went off. I gotta grab the nuggets out of the air fryer downstairs. Give me 60 seconds, guys. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Sorry. We are back. Okay, where are we at? Oh, thanks, Rox. I think for leader set, you can initially allow your dominant troop type hones, then slowly hone that out. You can, but again, like, are you going to specifically hone for that just to then rehone it later on? Or are you just going to finger cross and hope that you get your dominant set plus squad attack behind it as well? You're still going to get a lot of hones that aren't that. Which, yes, you could just be like, oh, if it lands on infantry or squad attack, great. Which, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. But it kind of sucks to then get all these infantry hones on there and then have to rehone them later on anyways for something that is very specific. Yeah, no, I agree, Mars. I made the same comment earlier, too. Yeah, the leader set is really great, and it's really unique. We saw it really early on with leader armaments on people like Hans's account, SafeMe has it, things like that. If you get a leader armament set and you throw it on Victor, now all of a sudden, if all of your homes are honed properly to where it's squad or garrison specific, whatever it may be, now all of a sudden it doesn't matter what hero IGG brings out. You could put it behind that. You can put it behind that leader and use it no matter what at any point in time, and just switch up the troop type that you're using in that march or in that garrison, whatever. That's great. It gives you a really unique opportunity to do it, but you have to do it right, and in order to do it right, it becomes very expensive. Like, you you get the ability to use that armament set for 3 different troop types with whatever hero you want, but you end up using 2 to 3 armament sets worth of hones to hone it properly. So it kind of levels out the cost versus the gain. What is this? How much do you think something like this would go for? I don't know if I would say that it would go for 10,000. I mean, this, like, because of the counter damage, this automatically becomes something that's more ideal for Garrison. So, like, this is something that, like, a Garrison player would look at. I don't know if it's 10,000 gold's worth, especially with blue attributes and purple. Maybe if all these were gold, it'd be 10,000. Like, I mean, like, I'm just trying to think of it from, like, a Garrison perspective myself. Like, like 7,500, maybe? Maybe? I mean, it's a triple stack stat, so it's like it automatically already comes with like a high price tag. But how high of a price tag? Because it's not like you have infantry squad damage or double attack that boosts basic attack, counter damage, and skill damage. Like this, you like this doesn't benefit this. This doesn't benefit this, and neither of them benefit skill damage. This benefits this. This benefits that, and it benefits skill damage. And there's no squad damage either, which does impact this, and skill damage also. So like this is a very specific boost. This is a very specific boost. And they're blue and purple hones. Like I mean, honestly, like I'd say probably 7,500. Like that's a reach. Like Rock said, like I'm thinking like the number that keeps popping up in my head is 5,000 also. Like, but I mean, I also know people that have overspent on items. And you could luck out with that, but also, like, Refinery's been out for so long, and people, like, many of the whales and stuff like that already have the pieces that they want and the pieces that they're looking for. So you're selling this to, like, second-tier whales, the ones that don't just have, you know, stupid money. And so, yeah, it really just becomes a question at that point, like, how much is someone willing to pay for this? Yeah, like, I mean, 7,500 is a stretch. Like 5,000 seems kind of low considering the fact it's a triple stat, so maybe a bit higher, like Bars says, 6,500, but still. I don't know, man. I think that this is more somewhere in the range of like 5,000 to 6,500 personally. I hesitated to do it after my infantry armaments, and I abandoned the idea very quickly. I know, I started doing the same thing, man. Long before they brought out these armament pieces, since I usually get hunted and targeted first since I'm balls deep on range. Might not be so bad at all. If you want to take it or leave it, take all these. Yeah, you guys got the same idea. Yeah, I had the same thought process on mine. I was building I was building this out initially for a long time ago. Long time ago. Or it was like squad and garrison, and then I was gonna put like I was putting infantry stuff on it, kind of like what they were saying earlier about the whole like, oh, put your primary stats on there. But I was doing like garrison. It was all gonna be squad and garrison, and just have it be a secondary garrison set. But then like I was like, oh my god, dude, this is such pain in the ass. I just gave up on it. Fuck that. Kev Rocks says, allow, big guy. Oh my god. Someone needs to go to bed. Holy smokes. No worries at all, man. No worries at all. Alright. They're eating their chicken nuggets and stuff, which means that I have time to take a shower, clean myself up a bit. I'm just kind of like, I still kind of got like, I've got my sleep clothes on. I'm drinking non-stop coffee. This is my day right now. I need to go shower and then go to the store and get some screws. I got to go to the store and get some stuff for dinner. But before I do that, is there any other last minute questions, concerns, anything that I can address or answer for you guys before we dip on out of here? Also, if you haven't already, I appreciate everyone that has. But if you haven't already, twitch.tv/Z_Doomsday. If you could drop a follow there, it would be much appreciated. If you have a Twitch account already. If you don't do that. Better I ask before doing so much work. Yeah, dude, like, I get mixed reactions all the time. There are people that are like, oh my god, I've been building wrong for the last 3 years of playing this game. Or, you know, like in your case, like, I'm glad I asked now because I'm just starting the game. Like, things like that, like how much money or time or resources you would have spent going the wrong direction, just have to rebuild it. Like, I would rather ask those things early. And I've learned a lot myself, man. It's not like I knew these things right out the gate when I first started playing. Some stuff I did because I've played games like this for the last 10 years. And a lot of them are very similar in those in aspects, but a lot of things are very different. And so every day I feel like I'm learning something new. So I'm in the same boat as you guys. I just try to share the knowledge that I get as I learn things. So, but yeah, any other last minute questions or anything like that at all? No worries at all, Mars. Anything else you all want to address? I don't want to leave you hanging because I know that time zones can be a pain in the ass for everybody. So, what may work for one may not work for another. I'll give it another, like, minute. Oh. My body's, like, screaming for water, but my head is just like, caffeine! Grab my maw! I am! Got more dice? Nice. Maybe my question be a little silly. No, that's all good. But I wanted to know that basic attribute and squad equipment is important or not. The specific attribute important or not. Okay. So I'm assuming. Just Hamed, let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. Are you asking if this is not important as opposed to this, or is this important also? Is that your question? I just want to make sure before I answer it. Make sure I'm yes, okay. So the top isn't as important as the bottom, but the top can be important depending on specifically like what it is that you're going for. I wouldn't neglect the upper part, but I wouldn't say that the make or break of buying a piece should be determined by the top. Like, for example, this has infantry squad damage and infantry squad damage reduction, and it's at 1,000,000 might, right? Like, these are the most important pieces, but it has zombie stuff. But I'm not going to not get this item just because I'm missing out on a potential 3% attack or a little bit of basic attack damage. Like this right here is astronomically more impactful than this right here. But if you're not going for damage and damage reduction, say you're just trying to stack attack and stuff like that, then yes, the upper part becomes much more important because you can get a double attack plus attack up here for, oh my god, astronomically more cheaper than finding something like this without the upper part. So it really just depends on what stats you're going for. Because the 3% attack up here, if you're focusing on attack, is 3, 6, 9, 12. 12% bonus attack. That is 2.5 red hones worth of more attack when you compare it to something like honing on your armaments. So yes, it's very important for sure. It's just that, like, I wouldn't say it's the make or break difference. If you find a really good piece that has like damage or damage reduction down here in the bottom specifically, and it may not have the best basic attributes, but you find them down here for a really good price, I would take it. I would take it because damage or damage reduction is going to give you much more in terms of stats than what's going to come up here in the basic attributes side. But again, if you are trying to be more budget friendly, if you're trying to be more conservative with your spend and stuff, then I would look for the ones that have, you know, the good attributes and the basic attributes and come at a good price as well. But again, if you find an item that doesn't have good basic attributes, but is a steal of a deal, then save the gold, get the shitty upper basic attributes and good stats down here, or the good combinations of stats down here, and then on the gold that you saved, now you have more gold to be able to try to find pieces to smelt and improve these specialized attributes. That's what I would do, or that's what I would say. Valisara, we found out today that we are not able to do smithing for other people on untrusted accounts anymore. They have locked it down. I will show you an example of that. If I'm able to. We'll go to Mars's farm because I'm sure he's not logged into it at the moment. If I go into somebody's account and trusted, I actually cannot smelt or smith items for you anymore. So refinery, squad equipment, I can't click on it. If I go to refinery and click smith, I can't do it. So unfortunately, that fun part of the stream that we were doing has been locked out. So, I mean, yeah, you can avoid the harvest and the zombies. That's totally fine too. But again, like I've found, so for example, I wanted squad damage and damage reduction pairs on my refinery pieces, and there was one helmet that had these two plus good stats at top, and it was selling for 36,000 gold. Or I found this one, which had the same squad damage and damage reduction without the top attributes, and it was 12,500. Now, do you think that the difference in price, do you think that the difference of $250 is worth up to 3% attack and 4.5% of basic attack damage, or 3% defense, 3% attack and 3% defense, just to get the base item without talking about upgrades or anything? Is it worth $250? Hell no. Hell no. No words at all, or no worries at all, Ahmed. Sorry. Could you please explain the difference between squad damage and squad attack? Yeah, we've explained that a few times in the stream. I'll do it one more time here, and then hopefully for anybody else that's watching, you guys can just kind of go back on the stream. They both impact the same thing, which they're both going to impact your basic attack, your counter attack, and your skill damage. The difference becomes where in the equation it is impacting. So the squad damage is going to impact the final damage that you're dealing. So it's going to take all of the math of all of your stats together, multiply it all out to say, okay, I'm going to deal 15,000 damage total. And then all of a sudden it's going to come in with the squad damage and go, okay, now make that 5% bigger, or whatever the percentage is that you have for squad damage. Make it 5% bigger or 10% bigger, whatever. If you're doing attack, it's happening to the base damage that you're dealing. That how much damage am I going to deal before it's multiplied by squad damage or skill damage and that kind of stuff. So attack is far less impactful than squad damage, but they impact the same stats, the basic, counter, and skill damage. It's just that the squad damage is going to drive up your damage a lot more than the attack will. That's all. That's the only difference. Can I send my squad equipments to in the game? I don't care. You can send me your marches. Just click this button. Can you review my account? It is small and I'm still learning, and as I unlock Rhino and Sabretooth, so can you help me with a path? Yeah, that's fine. Just send it to me. Chasey, Claude, Elena, Daryl, Felix, Janet, which should be my first focus? In order for Janet to shine, you need to have somebody to enable her, so I wouldn't do that. Claude, same thing. He's an enabler. Daryl is decent. Chasey is TC, so unless, and very kind of specifically oriented, I would say Felix. Felix would be the best one for you to focus on. And after Felix, get Janet. After Janet, do Claude. After Claude, do Elena or Daryl. And then Chasey last, unless you're looking to, garrison also. No, you're totally fine. No. The reason why I said that, is because there's probably other people tuning in as well. We're just jumping in. And I'm about to be ending the stream in a moment anyways, so they'll be able to go back on the stream also. It has nothing to do with you, don't worry. In the game, my name is Charmworking. Did you message me already? But yeah, no worries at all, Data. I love Data. I just realized your whole name. Yeah, me and you both, buddy. Me and you both. Data is my whole life. Yeah, I don't have anything from you. Oh, yeah. So, quickest way to find me here. Here's my player ID. there's my player ID, or like Rock said, just go to IWRI in region 222. I'm here for the Monopoly event or whatever. Just go here, and then I'm in R2. I'm here for the District Showdown event, which I'm going to do this while you're doing that. I like free shit. Please don't. Yeah. Okay, thank God. I hate landing on that stupid thing. Alright, let's get lucky here. No. Alright, put me into the middle. IGG, if you're listening, put me in the middle. Alright, fuck you. Okay, nice. Double ass on the rolls there. Nice. We love those. Okay, cool. You gonna host some next Monopoly? Probably not the next one, but probably the one after that. It's gonna take a little bit for me to organize that, because I also have to ask my internal alliance, like, who wants to participate or who can participate in it. And then if they aren't, I also need to arrange a place for them to go. So it's gonna take a little bit for me to make full arrangements. I don't want to just leave them hanging and leave them wondering for themselves if they can't. So I'll figure that out. You work in tech? Oh, nice, dude. We're sort of just like the same person. Nice. What part of tech do you work in? You say data. Like, I work with, like, I'm an analyst or project manager or an administrator and developer, depending on what part of the project we're working on. Kind of like wear a hat of all of those. Or a consultant. Oh my God. I need to narrow that down, huh? Love your patience and dedication. So we're just, no, man, I'm happy to. Sometimes it takes me a moment to, like, make sure, like, that's why I ask questions back, to make sure I'm answering the right question. That's what I'm here for, though, dude. I love doing this shit. I'm doing this for a while. You said there are different types of gameplay, like tank and glass cannon, and yeah, there are. Like, yeah, like, are you somebody that, like, is looking to sustain damage? Like, are you on garrison, or are you a tank rally? Which means you're also a rally, or which means that you also need to sustain, but you're a rally, so more offensive. Are you a glass cannon, meaning that you just want to deal as much damage as possible when you're in the field, or you're not going to be looking to tank rally, but you're going to be a second or third flank rally, like an AR, or a counter rally for your alliance, an IR, or something else where there's not a tank rally, and you just want to dish out as much damage as you can in the field, that kind of a thing. I'm an applied scientist in big tech, but started as a software engineer. Oh, shit! Hell yeah, I love that, man. That is sick. I love working with you guys. You guys are very similar to, like, what I do, because I do a lot of business and technical analyst work. So if I recall, your specific scope is more of using, like, scientific data and research and stuff to, like, optimize workflows and business processes and stuff like that, right? Like making the right decision based on, like, data and analytical research. Because that's pretty similar to the stuff that I do, but I think that your team's core is a lot more of the in-depth granular. Like, there's more depth. Like, we do similar things, but you're more in-depth. I'm more at the surface level because I take and identify the initial type of stuff, and I can make recommendations based on business processes and things that, like, work. But ideally, I'm kind of more of, like, the liaison between the business and the technical stakeholders. Okay, I got you, man. I'm kind of like the voice to translate the technical stuff to non-technical stakeholders, or non-technical to technical for our developers and engineers and project PMs and such. December one. What do you mean, yawn? Sorry, I'm not following. Did I miss a message? Yawn. You just said December 1. I'm not too sure. I didn't see any other message. So, So this is really well balanced, but the thing is that there's a couple things here, right? You're very attack and defense oriented, which is good if you are in a situation where defense is very important. Are you a ranged garrison player? If you're a ranged garrison player, this setup is perfect. This setup is perfect because you have a reduction in damage that you're taking. You have an increase in the skill damage that you're dealing. Yeah, like this would be perfect for that. However, if you are a ranged rally player or a ranged field player, we probably want to dial back the damage reductions in the defense. And yeah, you probably want to dial that back. Same thing with the basic attack damage taken. Like, that requires you being focused as opposed to counter damage taken, which doesn't require you being focused. This is you swarming marches, and that's the damage you're taking back in return. So I would cut back on the defense and the damage reduction if field fighter. Yeah, so I would replace these two pieces and move away from the defense and the damage reduction side of things to focus more on attack and damage. Now, attack and damage is going to be quite the price. So you could even run like a double attack. Yeah, you could run a double attack with an attack up top, and that would probably be cheaper than trying to find the damage and attack. But I wouldn't worry about the squad defense up here or the basic attack damage taken. That's minuscule compared to the damage attack you have down here. I would focus on getting these ones as either double ranged attack plus attack up top, or ranged attack and ranged damage, ranged squad damage. For the sorry, thank you, Jan. Thank you. Sorry, my head's all over the place. Yes, likely December. I would imagine so. But part of that also depends on if I have any family stuff going on at that time. I don't want to say, hey, everybody come join, let's do this, and me be busy around that time with, like, everybody in my family lives on the other side of the country, except for me and my little sister, my little brother. So my younger sister, who's the next one down from me, so I'm the oldest, she's the next one down. Her and her kid and her fiance are on the other side of the country doing their residency for the medical field. And my mom and dad moved out there to help her. And so, like, half of my family's on the other side of the country. The other half of the family's on this side. Me, my little sister, my little brother. And so if we do have plans around Christmas to fly out there to see them, I'll probably be gone for a week or so. Maybe even 2, just depending. And so I don't want to commit to having to try to manage something like that and risk not being a good experience for everyone if I'm not in town. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Your jobs sound hard to me. It's honestly not too bad. Like, as long as you're kind of like, it is very technical for sure, but it's about as technical as you want it to get. Like, the more technical aptitude that you have and the more knowledge you have of the technical pieces, like, the more money you can make. But if you're like a people person and just can communicate well, you can still thrive as an analyst. Although I'm more towards developing novel ML models. Oh shit. Machine learning model is processing a lot of data in between. But we tend to do projects E2E, and then from initial idea to production engineering include. Oh, nice. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we're very similar in that sense. I definitely don't do a lot of the machine learning models and stuff like that. A lot of like the AI, the generative data type stuff. I can build the data models and dissect the data models and do those types of things as well. But usually it's just like, hey, these are the KPIs that we have for the business. Here's the data that we've put in place to measure that data, analyze the data, and let us know, like, what you make of it and what our next steps or recommendations would be. Either through historical data or current, resources or innovative products, things like that. Or, what would you call it? I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Or, part of what I've also worked on is that, so I work specifically within a certain SaaS group or for SaaS software. And so for that SaaS, I also have administrative and development, experience for the last 6 years too. So, and a lot of times I will translate the business requirements from the non-technical stakeholders to technical requirements. And then if there isn't already like an architect assigned or a development team, I also have the ability to turn those technical requirements into solutions themselves too. So if there is an architect or a development team already assigned, then I can help steer or make or steer or give basically like the requirements needed, and then they come up with the solutions. Or if there isn't an architect and development team there, then I translate it to technical requirements, communicate that with like leadership, and then do the actual work myself too to put that into place. Could you please show me the best piece instead of them? Sure, if we can find one. You would do like a weapon, squad attack, basic or skill damage dealt. And yours was ranged, right? So range, squad, these two would be the focus. And we'll just see if we can find one down here. Actually, I don't even care about that. We'll just go to the pricier ones. So something like this. Attack, attack, attack would be something you replace it with. I'm like psychiatrist for people. Even I'm not, guess my job. I had to drive home, so I'm behind now. Don't know if you're wrapping up, but I think you had previously said that you couldn't find Cedric's third skill in battle reports. Is that still an issue? I did? I did? I may have. I've said a lot of things. I'll have to look. I'm like a psychiatrist for people, even though I'm not, guess my job. Bro, that could be a large sum of things. You could be HR, you could be a manager, you could be a team lead, you could be a DoorDash driver. You could be a spouse. You could be a parent. There's so many different things you could be where you're a psychiatrist but not a psychiatrist. You could be going through it. You could be unemployed. It would be a large sum of things. Let me see Cedric's last skill, or third skill. Assassin. There you go. Sheesh. Counterattacks have a 30% chance to deal damage to squads in the field. Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's ever been brought up to me, Sean. I don't know if I've ever had a report shared to me where we were looking at that. Have we looked at that? How would you tell that that's... I mean, you would have to be a field player next to a Cedric rally, and somehow, well, when it says deals damage to squads in the field, does that also count as counter rallies? I would assume so. So maybe if you have a counter rally report, and you would see if Knight of Assassination is proccing on you, maybe. But fundamental science and elasticity and computing models. Holy! I think I just went up a tax bracket reading that, yawn. But fundamental science and elasticity and computing models. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just felt my tax bracket go up 10%. I think I just moved into the suburbs with a white picket fence and a 4,000 square foot home. I'm a barber. Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Barber, tattoo artist. Yeah, there you go. That's it. I mean, shoot, man. You could be a barista. You could be a coffee barista and still be the same. Not in France. Oh, that sucks. For infantry, which would be your highest attack squad? Sustainable squad and defensive squad. Attack would be Miyamoto and Eileen. Sustainable squad would probably be something like Isn't sustainable and defensive the same thing? I'll give you an attack. I'll give you an attack squad, a support squad, and a defense squad. Attack squad would be Miyamoto Eileen. Defense squad would be Bodala and Claude. And support squad would be like Marco and Claude. Oh, I've made good progress on my beast research, but it's so frustrating it's taking so long. Dude, I'm in the same fucking boat, man. I can't get jack squat shit for my research in there. Oh, dang, big guy. Okay, hold on. So remember our discussion about a set for infantry. Are these good? Okay. Yes. 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 Yes, yes. This is perfect. This first one is perfect. This vest is perfect. This grenade is perfect, pretty much. Yeah, no, yes, yes. Yes, 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 and yes. Comment me, it just doesn't work if it's already upgraded. Friend had a 2-star superb and it doesn't tell me that. Comment was me, it just doesn't work if it was already upgraded. Friend had a 2-star superb and didn't tell me that when he wanted to upgrade it. Are you saying that you don't see Cedric's 3rd skill proccing on the tower? Oh, wait, you know what? Hold on. How often does it proc? How often is it? Is yours fully transcended and awakened? Yours is. So let me see what the hero or the skill behavior is when it's transcended also. During rallies, counterattacks have a 30% chance to deal damage to squads in the field. So you would have to be attacked by the field march itself. It's not an AoE. Yeah, it's working then. It proc 23 times. You're not going to see it pop up on this. You're not going to see it pop up on this one because it's not dealing damage to the garrison itself. You have to go to something that's attacking it and see if it's taking counter damage in return, like this counter rally here. And it did. It proc 23 times, killing 95,000 troops. Or if we go to this counter rally, you should see it here as well. Which it did 35 times, 127,000 troops. So it is working. It's not an AoE though. It's not like, hey, I'm getting hit by the tower and I'm dealing counter damage to the tower, so deal this damage to the field. It's not going to do that. It's going to deal counter damage to whoever's attacking the rally itself. And that would include if it's swarmed as well. But since all of these are 0, they're getting hit by AoE, which I'm assuming would probably be Bard or his other skill, right? Yeah, his rage skill. So it's either Bard or his rage skill that's dealing damage to all these. You would have to find something that dealt damage to the rally that's not AoE damage in order to proc that. They would have to directly target the rally, which would be these counter rallies. Lazzaro's making a defense build. He is. He's doing it for infantry garrison. Infantry garrison is what he's building out. Yo, brother, got a question. Squad attack, infantry, and weapon. Which stats should I look for in the market to upgrade it? You need to look for... So if it's not called infantry squad attack, if it's called squad attack parentheses infantry, that means that it's the squad attack here, and it's just equipped to your infantry troop type. So, and you said it's a weapon? You would have to go here. I'm just going to do gold as an example. You'd have to get this. You'd have to get gold squad attacks. It doesn't say infantry because it's not equipped to your infantry. But the minute that you equip it to your infantry, it will. So I think I have, yeah, this like squad attack infantry. I would have to find squad attack to upgrade it. Yeah, I never used infantry. Sometimes in rare instances, I might garrison with infantry. Yeah, no. For you, it makes the most sense to do that, Wazar, because all of your damage and primary focus is on your other marches. So just use your infantry to soak as much damage as possible and reduce it, so your alliance isn't killing off a bunch of troops on an unguard or a weak defense garrison, and then just get all your damage from swarming them or counter rallying. It makes the most sense there. As a low spender, do you think I should finish transcending all of my Boyd skills first, or should I get Ethan and transcend 2 of his skills? I'm asking for a garrison. I would do... Shit. I would do at least 2 skills on Boyd, your first and second skill, then do the 2 skills on Ethan, so then you actually have a really good secondary garrison support hero for Boyd, because unless you have Ethan, then your next best is like Stella for secondary for Boyd. So I would do 2 skills on Boyd, first and second, then I would do 2 skills on Ethan, first and fourth, then I would go back and finish your Boyd out for the sustain. And of course I'm going to help him build a beast set. I don't care if you're a max account or a brand new account. It's all the same. I don't mind helping. Yeah, no, he definitely found some good pieces. I have the first and fourth skills for Boys Transcended. Oh, gotcha. Then yeah, I would just go. I would just do the. I would just do Ethan at that point. I would do Ethan. Then just come back and finish up Boyd after the fact. No reason not to. I'm wondering if I should make Ethan 2, but I'm too lazy to spend the money on Ranger. I would say that, like, you're an infantry garrison player. And obviously, like, infantry thrives in the ability to hold and sustain multi-valley garrisons and such. I would say it's 100% worth it, especially because with Ethan, he's just as effective on infantry garrison with 2 skills transcended as he is fully awakened. Yes, when he's fully transcended. Yes, when he's fully transcended, he can stack stacks faster. And yes, when he's fully transcended, actually that's really it. You just stack stacks faster. But Ethan provides 45% defense to the infantry garrison, which there isn't any other infantry hero that you're putting on support that provides that level of defense. Even Riven, she's only good in single target garrisons, and she only provides like 35% defense or something like that when she uses her rage skill. So he's giving you a large sum of defensive protection there. Plus he gives the skill damage reduction. Plus he has a double AoE effect, which is dealing high amounts of skill damage. So you already have a ton of sustain from the 45% defense, the skill damage reduction, Boyd's 3 shields that he has going on, the talents, everything else. He's very much worth it. And the fact that you can do it with 2 skills transcended, you don't need to fully awaken Ethan, I would 100% do it. I don't have Ethan fully awakened. Not at all. I have 3, and the reason why I did 3 here is because you go from 20% counterattack to 30% counterattack, so a 50% boost to be able to get more gunfire stacks, but you don't even need that. That's more of a quality of life thing. You could literally get these 2 and have it be insanely effective. I was doing it. I just happened to get rank high enough to get this 3rd skill up also as well for fairly cheap in one of the TCs, so I just went for it. Yeah, and that's the other benefit to it as well. I'm definitely using Ethan in the field too. Like even in arena and stuff like that, I'm using him behind Sophie. So, yeah, I'd 100% do it. I'd recommend it for any infantry garrison player. You don't have to get him fully done. It's not like you need his full kit transcended in order to use it. And he does like you don't have many options for a secondary or support hero for garrison for infantry especially. I mean for anybody for that matter. And he works well. Like you can use him on a Rider garrison, you can use him on a range garrison, you can use it on infantry garrison. So it's like he's so universal. In terms of like cost spend versus like what you get in return, I think Ethan is like the best value hero for sure. All right, guys. It is 4:30 p.m. I got to get going. I got to get thinking about dinner, and I have to do this run to get screws and stuff like that. I got to go take care of those things. Can't let it be too late. I don't want to be eating dinner at 9 p.m. again like yesterday when I was moving shit. So I'm going to head out of here. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday or Saturday. If it's Saturday where you're at, have a good night, have a good morning, whatever it may be. Thank you guys as always. And of course, say it every time, but hug a loved one, tell them you loved them, put a smile on someone's face if you have the opportunity to today. Life is very fucking short, guys. So if you have a chance to make someone smile, make someone's day better, please go out there and do it.